From a dispatch employee who gets aggressive with a customer over a call,
I'm adding an extra stop. There's no question within my mind.
But it's on the way home!
You're lying to me.
to a workshop employee who cuts corners on fixing.
My goal is to get this car in and out of my area as quick as possible.
The quality is good.
Is it done the way somebody would learn in school? No.
This video is going to cover some of the rudest and most idiotic employees to have ever been on Undercover Boss. Just wait and watch these employees get themselves fired. It is going to be one hell of a ride. So kicking it off, we have the owner of a luxury chauffeur transportation service that has locations in over 700 cities worldwide going undercover.
I don't think there is a place you can go that we can't pick you up.
The episode mentioned above is the 6th episode of the 6th season. Chairman and CEO of Empire CLS was this episode's boss, and he was going undercover to figure out whether his company was running smoothly.
In a suit and tie, or they see me on my motorcycle. So they're going to see me sort of preppy. I don't know how they'll spot me looking like that.
For his first job, Seelinger heads out to Las Vegas at the Executive to get in more touch with what was going on in the most important part of the business, chauffeuring.
Today I'm going to be working with one of the chauffeurs at Executive Las Vegas, which is our affiliate in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Seelinger hasn't chauffeured in ages, but feels confident that he will be able to manage just fine.
Now, I haven't driven as a chauffeur probably in 25 years, but it's like riding a bicycle. You never lose it.
I'm a chauffeur for Executive.
Okay.
This is a true test for Seelinger as a CEO. While on the job, Seelinger learns that not chauffeuring all this time had caused him to lose touch. He was being corrected on minor details that he would miss by the chauffeur who was accompanying him that day. CEO or not, there's always a lot to learn. After that job, Seelinger heads out to Secaucus, New Jersey to work at the Empire CLS headquarters. He was quite excited about this job since he felt this was an area of his business that he didn't have much hands-on experience with.
My greatest fear being at this facility is that I will get caught. I'm seen here a lot, but hopefully, with this great disguise, I won't be seen.
Uh-oh. Looks like the employees are going to have to watch out for this since Seelinger is going to be extra aware of everything that was going on there. Seelinger is working at the dispatch center, which deals with logistics, and most importantly, handles the customers. This was the backbone of the company. Seelinger is paired with Anthony, a dispatcher, to learn the ropes of the job. As the two start to work, Seelinger is impressed by Anthony's work and even praises him for it.
The perfect dispatcher is somebody that can juggle a lot of things at one time. From speaking with customers, immediately speaking then to a chauffeur, to training.
I think you're ready for some live calls, man.
Anthony gives a demo to Seelinger before letting him handle a customer call. This is when a customer calls in requesting a detour. The customer explains his situation, and Anthony asks the customer to put the chauffeur on the line.
Are you on location?
No.
Are you going to be late?
No, I'm not.
Well, thank you very much.
This is when Anthony has a sudden shift in his attitude. He tells the chauffeur to take him off speaker since he only wants to speak to the chauffeur himself.
No problem, sir. No problem at all.
Can I speak to the
And
chauffeur?
if I'm there for more than 3 minutes, you can charge me.
I'm gonna have to take this one, bro. Can I just speak with the chauffeur for 1 second, please? I just want to run something by the chauffeur.
Sure.
Seelinger looks quite shocked at this rude attitude of Anthony's.
Is this on the way to his house? You don't have me on speakerphone, do you? I want to talk to you, not him.
Since the customer is asking for a detour, it definitely does cause a delay in the travel. But the customer requests this since he was a long-standing customer of the company. Despite this, Anthony takes it upon himself and even calls the customer a liar. This guy was just asking to be fired.
Familiar with the city as well, bro. I'm adding an extra stop. There's no question within my mind.
But it's on the way home!
You're lying to me.
Literally 10 feet, and then that's it, and I get right back on the highway.
Luckily for him, Seelinger actually hears his story out, which ultimately lets him keep his job. This guy just cut it too close. Next up, this employee has a different approach when it comes to training newcomers. The boss is shocked to see that such an employee is working at his establishment.
So, like this right here, because nobody is like in here, I would sweep that up. The toppings areas where it gets
To be swept.
cray. Yeah.
This was the 5th episode of the 5th season of Undercover Boss, and the company for this episode was Menchie's, a self-serve frozen yogurt chain based out of Encino, California.
Menchie's is the largest self-serve frozen yogurt chain in the world.
Menchie's has locations in over 35 states in the US and in over 8 countries.
This dessert dynasty sells more than 30 million cups of yogurt a year.
The man leading this company was Amit Kleinberger. Kleinberger goes undercover as Alan Stein, an aspiring entrepreneur on a TV show looking for experience to start his own business. The camera crew were all set up under this ruse, and a fake host was even hired for this task. Quite the commitment to make sure things are low-key.
They have no idea this is actually Undercover Boss.
After his first job in Seattle, Washington, Kleinberger heads out to Bonnie Lake in Washington to shadow yet another shift leader.
Hi.
I'm looking for Drew.
Yep, that's me.
Hi, I'm Alan.
Hi.
Kleinberger is assigned to Drew, a shift leader working at the location. As Drew starts to explain the do's and don'ts of the job, Kleinberger is upset with the lack of enthusiasm that she explains with. She tells Kleinberger in the most boring tone about how things were going to work, and this has left Kleinberger in an annoyed state.
Someone walks in the door, greet them right away. You know, hi, welcome to Menchie's. How you doing today? Whatever.
Drew sure is pushing the boss's buttons without even realizing it. Since a customer walks in, Drew takes this chance to give a demo of what was supposed to be done and how. After this, Drew turns around to Kleinberger and tells him the importance of having to always keep a smile while on the job. But this is when Drew says something that will shock you.
So just always smiley, happy. I mean, if you want to be rude, I guess that could be a twist, but I mean, I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
That was Drew's attempt at cracking a joke, but Kleinberger doesn't seem to be too impressed by her. Behind the cameras, Drew says that talking to Kleinberger is like talking to a wall.
Talking to Alan is like talking to the yogurt machine.
No way to be talking about the CEO, especially not behind his back and on camera. Drew then explains some more parts of the job, and then tells Kleinberger to start sweeping the place while singing songs about how she doesn't want to work.
I would sweep that up.
Okay.
You can do it.
Okay.
I don't want to have to work.
Mind you that she's saying all this out loud while the customers are present. Kleinberger puts his complete effort into the jobs he's given, but Drew doesn't glance over or even give him any instructions on how to do the job properly. All she had done was given a briefing and then asked a newbie to clean up.
Cleaning tables, machines from the front, the drip trays, and Drew was not really walking me through the steps and explaining.
This was no way for an existing employee to talk to a new one. The two of them go about the different parts of the job, and Kleinberger comes to the realization that he wasn't learning anything on the job. Drew constantly kept dropping hints at what she wanted him to do while she stood around bossing him.
This is not how I envision training of a new team member in our organization.
Jeeves, get the slicer.
Okay.
I don't have to do anything. So, take this,
Uh-huh.
cut off each end,
Okay.
and peel away.
Okay.
Kleinberger is pissed off, and he is disappointed that this was the way that his employees were being trained. After Kleinberger and Drew go drop off some of the garbage, the two return to the store to continue their shifts. During this, Drew says this to Kleinberger, and you will not believe it.
Working here at Menchie's pretty much sucks. That's not my favorite.
Drew tells Kleinberger that pretty people shouldn't be allowed to do anything, and all Kleinberger can do is laugh at this statement. No employee has ever looked right in the eye of the boss and uttered these words. Drew sure is an example of a terrible employee. Following that mess of an employee, we have another one who managed to get on the wrong side of the boss when he tells the boss of something shocking. In the 4th episode of the 6th season, the president of Mako, an automotive care franchise, goes undercover to see if his company was functioning like a well-oiled engine. Jose Costa, the president of the company, was controlling over 480 shops throughout the US and more in Canada. Costa had made his way into the business after coming to the US as an immigrant. Despite being the president of an automotive shop franchise, Costa didn't have much experience with cars.
Actually, you might be surprised, I'm not a car guy. I've never painted a car, I've never sanded a car.
Looks like his time undercover is gonna be tough. Despite this, Costa was given the position because of his talents, and this says a lot about him as a person. While going undercover, Costa's concerns are on how well the employees and franchises were following the company guidelines.
I'm very concerned that our franchisees are not following our guidelines.
Like most of the episodes, Costa was going undercover as an Argentinian entrepreneur on a TV show, trying to win his own business. Costa makes sure his disguise is believable, and then he's all set for his undercover job. Costa makes his way to his first job in Orlando, Florida, where he would be working as a body technician. Costa had particularly chosen this franchise since they had the best reviews for body detailing, and ranked number 9 on the overall list.
They do $2.5 million, and I want to learn from the best.
Costa is paired with Jim, a body technician working at the franchise. Costa makes it very clear to the camera that he was indeed nervous about the job, since he had no prior experience in such a field.
I'm really nervous. I'm going to screw up.
The two meet and Jim doesn't waste any time and instructs Costa to first go and change into the uniform. Jim then brings Costa over to the first car that he would work on and explains to him what all needed to be done for the job. Each dent and scratch that were on the car had to be cleared off within a specific amount of time. Otherwise, a body tech could be stuck on the same work for several hours. And since the employees were getting paid for the work they do and not the amount of time they work, time was money. Jim makes it clear that Costa gets what he's talking about and tells this to him.
Time is money, time is money. If you want to make more, you have to work more.
After this, the two of them get to work, and Costa seems to be doing okay in his job. Meanwhile, Jim watches over Costa to make sure that the work is done right and on time. Costa is given a car all to himself to work on, and Jim comes and goes as he checks on the work being done. While sanding the car that he is given, Costa messes up, and Jim says that his 3-year-old child could do better. Jim struggles to put it as nicely as possible when it comes to telling Costa that he sucked. This is when Jim comes back around to the point of managing time, and then curiously says this.
Using the minimal amount. My goal is to get this car in and out of my area as quick as possible.
The quality is good.
Is it done the way somebody would learn in school? No.
Costa is disappointed when he hears this, and even questions Jim. Jim replies telling him that cutting corners sometimes is alright, as long as the work is completed on time. Looks like Jim's got his time management down, but his ethics are still lacking a lot to be desired. Last but not least, this next employee takes it a bit too far when it comes to games. The boss is so infuriated that he immediately phones it in.
The way he approached and interacted with the girls is just really not acceptable behavior. I think it is a serious matter. I think it needs some immediate action.
In the second episode of the first season, the CEO of Hooters, Kobe Brooks, goes undercover to see if his company was operating with the same high standards. Headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, Hooters was one of the largest growing restaurants in the U.S. The company was started by Brooks' father in 1983, and the company had over 400 locations at the time of the episode. Since Hooters focused on employing women waiters, this had caused the name of Hooters to only be associated with women in short shorts. This meant that the company was falling behind in sales, and this is what Brooks wanted to find a solution for by going undercover. For his first job, Brooks heads out to Dallas, Texas, where he would be working in the kitchen helping out in the service. Little does Brooks realize that the day he would work was going to be super hectic. Brooks had a hard time managing to do all the duties that are given to him, and struggles to keep calm while working, even breaking some dishes in the process. Brooks learns that the job required an employee to be on call at any point, especially during rush hours. After that, Brooks heads out to South Arlington, Texas to another one of his franchises. Brooks was there to observe the general manager, who was supposed to coach and take care of the employees. The manager at this branch is Jimbo, and his methods were going to be put to the test. Jimbo hands over the uniform to Brooks, and then sits down with him to explain what the job was going to be. Jimbo and Brooks' first job together is inspecting the waitress's dress code.
The first thing we're going to do is uniform lineup. All right, bam. We're going to line these girls up.
After explaining the job, Jimbo brings over Brooks to introduce to the girls, but Jimbo gives a nickname for Brooks, which Brooks isn't too happy about.
And ladies, I'm sure you're wondering who the man to my left is. This is Scotty, okay? You can call him Scooter, all right?
Then Jimbo addresses the girls, and Brooks' reaction to this is priceless.
AKA Scotty. You with me? He's running the show. I'll probably be back in the kitchen helping out. Okay, he's your man in Amsterdam today.
Jimbo lines up the women, brings them up one by one. The only disturbing part of this is that Jimbo doesn't check them. He also passes comments on the girls.
Compliment her on her lack of nails. My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have.
Brooks is not at all comfortable with the way that Jimbo handles the floor, and his disagreement can be seen on his face. Although Jimbo is effectively doing his job, the way that he talks to the girls is unacceptable.
You know, nail polish is nice. Hey, why don't you grab and get another tattoo before tomorrow too, okay?
Brooks is also confused by this very odd approach to doing things. The customers soon pour in, and the place starts to get busy. When Brooks spends a little time with the customer's child, Jimbo disapproves and puts him back to work, calling him a rookie.
Rookie.
Jimbo also takes complete control over the work environment and keeps the girls for longer periods of time. He doesn't even allow the school-going employees to leave. Instead, Jimbo forces the girls to participate in games of his own creation. And for this episode, he had decided that the girls would chow down on beans, but only with their mouths. Jimbo had gone too far.
Brianna, how are they, baby? Oh, they look tasty. Who doesn't want to spend the rest of the afternoon with me?
It's hard for me on this one to bite my tongue.
With that, sadly we've come to the end of the video. Which employee did you find to be the worst? Let us know in the comments down below. If you liked our video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. From an employee who goes on to profess his hatred for children at a children-focused business,
you definitely just dropped that in there because, as bad as this comes across, sometimes I feel like you're an 8-year-old.
to a general manager who treats women as puppets for his own amusement.
Go! Oh, get some of that. Come on, girl. Who wants to go home? Oh, look. Ooh, doggy. Oh, they look tasty. Who doesn't want to spend the rest of the afternoon with me?
Here's a list of employees fired on Undercover Boss. So hang on, because things are about to get heated. In today's video, we're going to see some people getting fired on Undercover Boss. So sit back, relax, and without further ado, let's get straight into the content, guys. We're starting off with a delivery driver who at first seems like he knows what he's doing, but eventually reveals in a conversation that he'd been super neglectful with the work. In Season 5, Episode 3, we were introduced to Jane Grody-Abel, the chairwoman and owner of Donato's Pizza. She naturally wanted to ensure that the 50-year-old family business is being effectively managed at all of its branches. Donato's, with over 5,000 employees, is one of the most lucrative pizza chains in the country. But maybe it doesn't have the best employees all over, because you're going to be completely stunned by her interaction with a delivery driver. Let's see how it all goes.
Today I'm at our campus location at The Ohio State University, and I'm going to be working as a delivery driver. A delivery driver is a really important part of our business, and the reason for that is they're actually taking our product to the customer's home. So they have to be respectful, they have to be courteous, they have to drive within the guidelines of the law, because they're representing Donato's out on the road. Hi, is Aaron here?
Hey, how's it going? That's me.
Oh, hi.
Hey, nice to meet you.
And so Aaron and Jane, who's disguised as Kathy, hit the road to deliver pizzas. And then comes the first stop, and it all seems to be going pretty well.
You want to address the customer by their name, tell them the total. Hey, what's up, Mark? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good. All right, here's your pizza. If you could just go ahead and double check that.
Looks good.
All right, awesome. $15.68, you were going to be paying with cash?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Here you are.
All right, thank you.
Give the change.
Awesome, thank you. Appreciate it, Mark. All right, you have a good one. Thanks.
He got some really good energy while speaking with the customers, and Kathy loved that he's got good speed too at delivering. At the next stop, he lets Kathy take over while delivering the pizza. Aaron goes on to say that he's going to make her up her game and become the best delivery driver by the end of the day. So we do know that the guy sounds dedicated to the job by this point. And he actually makes her do the delivery correctly and times her for it. And when she does it while keeping time in check, he even appreciates her. It's impressive to see people so dedicated to their jobs. By this point, she's really happy with Aaron and how he engages with customers. But let's not be so sure, because what he's going to say next is going to change everything.
You would encounter some really weird stuff.
Like what?
A lot of people smoke pot, invite me to come in for a little bit, and if I'm not very big, kind of indulge.
You do not. I can't think of another time I've been this disappointed. When you see so much hope and potential in someone, it feels like betrayal.
What a revelation! But we know Jane is right to want the best people in her team. She's extremely disappointed and feels it's not only unsafe, but also illegal.
It's illegal, and it's just not okay. But he put a lot of people at risk.
She even wanted to take off her disguise and fire him there herself. But she obviously couldn't blow her cover already. She didn't even want to get back in the car with him and pretty much wanted to drive the car herself, presuming that he must have smoked up earlier.
Should I drive back to the store?
Should you drive back to the store?
But she maintains her composure and soon after this, tells him that she'd fire a guy if he was working under her and smoking pot because it puts so many people's life in danger. And to which he responds by saying he'd never tell his boss that he does it.
If my delivery driver did that, I would fire them.
Well, I don't tell my bosses that I do that.
Oh boy, he pretty much walked right into it. After a week of Undercover, she goes back to being Jane Grody-Abel, and so she calls her associates to give them feedback. And that's when she meets Aaron as herself. As much as it's neglectful to indulge in smoking up during the work hours, and even other than that, one thing we do know is that this guy's really good at what he does. But here's how that conversation goes.
You're upset with me?
I'm very upset. I can't believe you would, in your Donato's uniform, make a decision. to do something that's illegal.
I apologize for that.
I have to let you go. As a delivery driver.
Really?
Poor guy had so much potential. Next, we have a customer care agent who clearly does not know how to speak to consumers and doesn't want to assist them in any way. So in Season 6, Episode 6, we're shown Empire CLS. They say that the customer is king, especially if you're in charge of a chauffeur service like Empire CLS, which runs in more than 700 cities worldwide. David Seelinger, the CEO, posed as another employee, goes to Secaucus, New Jersey, which is the corporate headquarters, and he works in the dispatch environment.
Oh, how you doing?
Sonny, how are
Sonny,
you?
nice to meet you,
Nice
Anthony.
to meet you.
How are you
Nice to meet
today?
you. Good.
Good. So you ready to get started?
Yeah, I'd like to see
All
that.
right, come on, have a seat.
So after this, Anthony explains to him the workings on the screen, and that when the drivers are late, they call them to check on them. And it all seems to be going well, until this one call. David picks up the call to a man called Raman, who's only wanted to add one other stop that'd take him 2 minutes. So Anthony takes over the phone and asks the customer to pass the phone to the chauffeur. And what he says is going to blow your mind.
Yeah. Is this on the way to his house? You don't have me on speakerphone, do you? I want to talk to you, not him. You tell me. I want your answer. I don't want him to tell me what we got to do. This is our company. This is your ride. So you could just let Mr.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
The fact is the chauffeur's advising me that this is actually not on the way from JFK to the Bronx.
He really could have handled this a whole lot differently. The customer goes on to tell him that he's born and raised in New York City, and it's not out of the way. But the customers are not supposed to be put in a spot to justify, at least not with the tone the agent was using. And that's not all.
I'm familiar with the city as well, bro. I'm adding an extra stop. There's no question within my mind.
I wanted to grab the phone from him.
But it's on the way home.
You're lying to me.
Literally 10 feet, and then that's it. And I get right back on the highway.
I'm beside myself. I am absolutely beside myself.
I'm adding it.
That is not the way I run my business.
That's not how one's supposed to be speaking to a customer at all. Clearly, Anthony has no regard for the customer and is more concerned about arguing with him instead of actually maintaining good rapport with the customer. If he doesn't realize that he should be solution-oriented and not approach the situation with his defenses up, he's definitely in the wrong line of work. In fact, he then gets up and goes to smoke cigarettes and takes a break because he feels like it. And later on, David blows out his cover and speaks to Anthony. And here's how it goes.
But it just has to stop.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
You can't act like that. You'll stay in the same place. You're not a victim.
Victim of myself, basically, is what it is, huh?
Why? Talk to me. Come on.
Seems like that was really required for the right functioning of the company. Next is a man who's going to get you fuming by representing everything that's wrong with society. In the second episode of the first season, we see Hooters CEO and President Kobe Brooks take the disguise of Scotty Archer and go to South Arlington, Texas as an assistant general manager. He then meets with the general manager to see if he's able to coach all the people under him the right way. This one will be a complete letdown and will make you want to respect every other lousy employee because he truly is the worst of them all.
Scotty, how are you?
Scott, Jimbo. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Pretty good.
That's your shirt.
All right. A minute.
Get changed, and then we will hook up in 2 shakes of lamb stiff. And to your right.
All right, thank you.
It seems all fine until then, but then he starts calling each one of the girls, and what he has to say to all of them is too demeaning to watch.
Bethany, front and center.
It looks style to me.
Okay, makeup, is it on?
Yes. Raina? Is that right, Raina?
My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have. Have a seat.
Nobody saw that coming. He goes on to talk to the girls about their nails and about getting some tattoos. Maybe he should focus more on effectively boosting the brand's profitability, rather than encouraging ladies to get manicures and grow their nails. He even tells the girls to play a game. Let's see what it really was.
Here's the rules of my game. The first girl that finishes her plate of beans will go home. Oh, go! Oh, get some of that. Come on, girl. Who wants to go home? Oh, look. Ooh, doggy. Oh, they look tasty. Who doesn't want to spend the rest of the afternoon with me? Yeah.
They were inappropriate. They were wrong. I don't want any part of it.
This man is insane. He obviously doesn't understand his responsibilities as general manager and only operates for his own amusement. It is cruel of him to treat women like puppets. This must be a lot for all the girls to deal with on a daily basis. And he even takes pride in his condescending demeanor. If I were the CEO, I wouldn't waste any time. I'd immediately blow my cover and fire him without a second's hesitation. So he goes on to tell Kobe that that's how the work is done. The man's clearly exploiting his authority. Soon after which, Kobe unmasks himself. After that, we may have expected him to become afraid of how he's behaved in front of the CEO. But instead, he shows no signs of mindfulness at all. So Kobe tells him that he's got to apologize to his staff. But this man has some shitload of crap to give. Let's see what he says.
If I'm too competitive and if I'm too harsh, man, it works. Shame on me if it's a bad thing of being uber competitive.
And you can build profit all you want. That's not what I want. It's all about being respectful. That's the bottom line.
What virtual reality is he living in? How is anything about being competitive or harsh? Kobe goes on to say he's got 2 daughters, and it'd be the most horrible thing if they ever worked under somebody like that. Good news is he was probably fired away at the end of that discussion. Next, a coworker declares his desire to punch children. In Season 3, Episode 8, we're introduced to Yankee Candles. Harlan Kent, the CEO of Yankee Candles, disguised himself as an out-of-work chef looking to learn about the retail business, and goes to the flagship store in South Deerfield, Massachusetts. Blaze, an associate, initially seemed like a super competent employee as he was running him through the workings. Soon after which, a customer comes with her child. We can see that Harlan is all friendly with the child and assists him with the candle. But soon after they leave, here's what happens.
These people are incredibly nice. They're not all going to be like that. The little kid, they'll just kind of want to make a mess. They're going to come up. Let's go. I dropped it. You definitely just dropped that in there, because here.
We were stunned to watch that. He didn't take all that long to express his annoyance at the mess children make. He goes on to explain how he's got the worst anger there is. But that does not imply that you would act irrationally towards those around you. That's not all. He then expresses his hate for all people in general. He's just doing his job so he keeps a smile on his face, but he's got no tolerance for anybody around.
He's angry about something, but that's not great for all the rest of the team who does think that it's a great place to work. As bad as this comes across, sometimes I feel like you're an 8-year-old.
And no, that is still not all. He kept on ranting that they dip the candle 1,000,000 times and leave a mess. He goes on to blabber his relentless aversion to kids and the mess they cause, which makes him utterly furious. And after which, he then takes Harlan to explain how to put the hand in wax. After some time, they go outside and have a talk, and we can suspect that Blaze has probably understood that Harlan has something to do with the business, because he's unnaturally comfortable with it. And if anything, pretty good at the work, so it cannot be his first time.
He's really suspicious. I don't like deceiving him. I'd feel a lot more comfortable if I just say, here's who I am.
And so, he unmasks his real identity. And Blaze gets really scared considering that he's told the CEO that at times he feels like punching an 8-year-old.
This is a job where you need to be passionate about it, or it's probably not necessarily the best place for you. I'm going to need to talk with him some more because I need to get a lot more information before I can make an informed decision here.
It's natural that he'd want the best staff for his business. He eventually has a meeting with them, and Harlan seems to believe that this is not even something Blaze is interested in. To which Blaze responded with honesty, saying it's all about the paycheck. He goes on to vent how he's got it all tough at his home, and those feelings get projected while he's at work. It all goes pretty well considering Harlan is up for helping the boy with what job he's best suited for. Blaze should be thankful considering that Harlan, despite being the CEO, is willing to bend backwards and help him with things that clearly do not benefit him or his company. With that, sadly, we've come to the end of the video. Which employee did you find to be the worst? Let us know in the comments down below. If you liked our video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys. From quirky delivery drivers to fast food generals with a love for barking orders, and a lousy employee with an attitude as big as a fitness center, get ready to laugh your way through the wacky world of undercover bosses. In this episode, we've got not one, not two, but 3 hilarious CEOs going incognito in their own companies. So buckle up and join us on this side-splitting journey through the crazy antics of Undercover Boss. In this humorous episode of Undercover Boss, Chief Brand Officer Sarah Bydorf disguises herself as a delivery driver at Boston Market to gain insights into her restaurants. To her surprise, she encounters a character named Ronnie, known for his non-stop comedic antics and witty remarks. Throughout the episode, Ronnie's lively personality and endless humor keep everyone entertained, adding an unexpected twist to Sarah's undercover mission. As Sarah navigates her role as a delivery driver, Ronnie's contagious laughter and amusing comments make for a truly unforgettable experience on this undercover adventure.
Standard procedure is to greet the customer as they walk in, say, hello, welcome to Boston Market, blah, 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 whatever. Because we have to make customers on a pedestal.
Right from the start, Ronnie's big mouth and quirky demeanor were front and center. He couldn't help but rant about the blah 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 procedures and treated the job like he was some diva on a reality TV show. But Sarah, bless her heart, tried to keep a straight face, even as Ronnie bossed people around and made snarky comments about the customers.
Hey, bitch.
He started saying really negative things about customers, which sends up an immediate red flag.
Children and old people are literally the worst I've ever seen in my entire life.
But oh boy, things took a wild turn when Ronnie went on a tirade about the customers. He openly admitted to hating children and old folks, claiming they just couldn't talk or know what they wanted. Seriously, Ronnie? Major red flag alert. Just when Ronnie thought he was winning at the I hate customers game, Sarah decided it was time to drop the bombshell.
My name is Sarah Bidorf, and I'm the Chief Brand Officer of Boston Market.
Revealing her true identity as the Chief Brand Officer, she gave Ronnie a dose of reality TV he never saw coming. His eyes nearly popped out of his head as he realized his mouth had gotten him into hot water.
Got me.
I did get you. I got you saying a bunch of things about our customers, and you don't seem like you love to serve. So I don't know if this is the business for you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you home for the day.
So that's it? That's all?
Of course, Ronnie tried to play it cool, acting like he had no idea why he was getting the boot.
I would tell him my attitude would change, but I don't know, I didn't think it was that terrible.
But Sarah was having none of it. She spoke to the manager, making sure he knew about Ronnie's customer-hating escapades. And that was the end of the road for our diva employee. In the end, laughter and lessons were plentiful. Ronnie got a crash course in customer appreciation, and Sarah got to see firsthand the craziness that can unfold in her own restaurants. In this uproarious episode of Undercover Boss, Eric Cassabury, the CEO of Retro Fitness, goes incognito in his own company as the quirky contestant Barry Gosh on a reality show. During his undercover adventure, he encounters the infamous Jacqueline, a lousy employee with a terrible attitude.
Be obnoxious. I don't work for you. I don't know what to do with some people. I just want to punch them in the face sometimes.
As Eric immerses himself in various roles within the company, he unintentionally discovers Jacqueline's unimpressive work ethic and problematic behavior. The comical interactions between Eric as Barry and Jacqueline make for entertaining and eye-opening moments. Stay tuned to witness how Eric handles this unexpected encounter and what changes he implements to improve his company.
I'm telling you the way people like it.
Okay.
But if you don't want to listen to me, that's all good. You don't have to win. It's all
I
good
would
for me.
love to listen to you.
Okay.
I just think that maybe we would go with the code. But
Go ahead, go with the
we'll
code,
go
dude.
with the code.
Do it up.
Jacqueline takes bossiness to a whole new level, dishing out orders like she's running a fast food joint instead of a fitness center. Her condescending tone and know-it-all attitude have everyone rolling their eyes, including her own CEO, unbeknownst to her.
You meet her, she seems very nice, these big eyes, and nice girl, and she's nice smile, and you think, hey, all is right in the world. And then she opens her mouth, and it's like, the bats from hell start flying out.
As Eric attempts to keep up with Jacqueline's antics at the juice bar, he can't help but snicker at her absurdity. She's so over-the-top bossy that you'd think she was training a platoon of gym soldiers instead of serving up smoothies. But Jacqueline's bossiness doesn't stop there. She goes on a rampage, wasting precious ingredients and instructing newbies to ignore proper procedures, all in the name of doing things her way. Talk about a recipe for disaster.
We're not supposed to put more than what it says on the menu. I always put 2.5. We're not supposed to, but it tastes better, honestly. You don't have to go by the book with every situation in your life.
The menu says medium, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I'm telling you this way. So I'm telling you.
Well, then.
As the big reveal unfolds, Jacqueline's stunned expression says it all. She can't believe she's been mouthing off to the CEO himself. The realization of her actions hits her like a ton of bricks, but instead of showing remorse, she appears defensive and tries to justify her behavior.
First of all, you're coming at me saying that I'm disrespectful to members, which is completely false.
Jacqueline's ego remains intact, and she continues to assert her belief that she knows better than anyone else in the company.
Because, no, seriously, I don't.
There's no answer you could possibly say right now to me. None.
I don't know what you want me to say. Sorry.
Eric, now back in his CEO persona, addresses Jacqueline's attitude and behavior head-on. He confronts her about the way she treats her colleagues and the lack of respect she shows to everyone around her. Jacqueline initially tries to brush it off, but the evidence from their interactions on the show is too glaring to ignore. During the candid conversation, Eric shares his disappointment in Jacqueline's conduct and explains how her attitude negatively impacts the team's morale and productivity. He also expresses his belief in giving second chances and offers her an opportunity to change her ways and become a positive influence in the company.
You did it in front of the CEO.
But I didn't know it was him, obviously. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have acted that way.
That makes it worse. That you didn't know it was him. Obviously, you wouldn't do it if it was him.
Whether Jacqueline takes the opportunity to learn from this experience and make a positive change, or remains stubborn and unchanged, the comical and eye-opening encounter leaves a lasting impression on both the CEO and the viewers. The episode serves as a lesson in humility and the importance of treating others with respect, regardless of their position within the company. Even face-to-face with the top dog, Jacqueline remains stubborn as ever, refusing to back down from her bossy ways. But Eric has seen enough. Her antics won't fly in his gym.
You have to part ways. There's nothing else I could do.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
With this hysterical experience under his belt, Eric realizes the importance of weeding out lousy employees like Jacqueline.
And yeah, maybe I dropped. Sorry. God bit me, seriously. Like I can't even deal.
He's determined to bring some fun, positivity, and respect back into his fitness empire. And let's face it, with characters like Jacqueline, the laughs are never in short supply. Next up, we follow Rick Silva, the president and CEO of Checkers and Rallies, as he ventures undercover to experience life within one of his fast food chain restaurants. As Rick dons his disguise, he quickly discovers the restaurant's bossy general manager, who seems to have taken bossy to a whole new level.
How we doing on meat, guys? How we doing?
Sorry, I'm slowing you down, aren't I?
Yeah.
With an iron fist, the general manager barks orders left and right, leaving employees feeling demoralized and frustrated.
How late can you stay?
I gotta ask.
What? Step aside, make your phone call, ask.
Rick witnesses firsthand how this domineering approach affects the team's morale, and it's no surprise that the working conditions are far from pleasant.
Hi.
Sir.
I need you to drop coffee right now for the next train.
No problem, sir. I have something down now.
Amidst the chaos, one employee stands out, the ever-patient and good-natured Todd. Despite the relentless bossiness, Todd manages to maintain his composure and treat everyone with respect and kindness. He becomes a beacon of light in the midst of the general manager's storm. As Rick continues to observe, he learns from Todd's co-workers that the general manager's behavior has created a toxic work environment. It's clear that a change is desperately needed.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Of course.
What excuse is there to talk to people without being respectful to them?
I don't think I was disrespectful. You have to talk up.
Why would I want to work for you with the way you talk to people inside there?
Unable to hold back any longer, Rick decides to confront the general manager directly. In a heart-to-heart conversation, Rick tries to address the issue and make him understand the consequences of his bossy demeanor. However, much to everyone's surprise, the general manager remains defiant and refuses to change his ways. Despite the CEO's attempts to reason with him, it becomes evident that he is not the right fit for the position.
Have you been in the fast food business before?
No, I haven't. I've studied the restaurant business.
No, not studied. Have you any experience in the restaurant business?
I'll tell you exactly. I have been in the restaurant business for over 20 years. I'm CEO for this company.
In a dramatic turn of events, Rick ultimately decides to take action and terminates the general manager's employment on the spot. The restaurant erupts with a mixture of shock and relief as the bossy reign comes to an end.
Right now, you're not doing the job to our standard, and so you don't belong in that restaurant. Right here, right now, we're going to shut the restaurant down.
As the episode unfolds, viewers are treated to a combination of comedic moments and a valuable lesson about the importance of leadership and treating employees with respect. Todd's unwavering kindness shines through, proving that a positive attitude can overcome even the most bossy of situations. With the general manager gone, the future looks brighter for the restaurant and its hard-working team. In this wild and crazy episode of Undercover Boss, Jane Grody-Abel, the badass chairman of Donato's Pizza Works, goes undercover at her own company and meets the delivery driver, Aaron. She initially thinks he's the perfect driver. As they hit the road for some deliveries, Aaron's delivery skills seem top-notch. Jane is like, hell yeah, this dude's got it, when they deliver to a customer named Mark.
Hey, what's up, Mark? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Aaron smoothly interacts with the customer, addressing him by name, and even scores a fat tip. But then, after the delivery, Aaron suggests they rush back, and Jane's like, come on, let's hustle. That's when Jane was like how perfect he is for the job. But things take a drafting shift, and you won't believe it. As they chat during the ride, Aaron spills the beans on his not-so-cool habits. Turns out, when he gets some extra time on his hands, he joins customers to smoke pot.
You would encounter some really weird stuff. A lot of people smoke pot and they will invite me to come in for a little bit, and if I'm not very busy and I don't need to be super focused really, then I'll kind of indulge.
You do not.
Jane is pissed off, feeling totally betrayed.
I can't think of another time I've been this disappointed. When you see so much hope and potential in someone, it feels like betrayal.
She confronts Aaron about it, and it looks like she might have to let him go.
I'm very upset. I can't believe you would, in your Donato's uniform, do something that's illegal. But you know I have to let you go as a delivery driver.
Really?
But hold on. She sees potential in this guy, and she's willing to give him a second chance if he can pass a drug test in 30 days.
I'm going to give you a second chance. If you can take a drug test in 30 days and come back and work in the kitchen.
Wow. I really appreciate that.
Aaron agrees to the deal, promising to prove that he's worth that second shot. Jane's like, all right, you better not mess this up. She tells him he can work in the kitchen while he proves himself.
Don't let me down.
How long?
Don't let yourself down.
I'm not going to let you down.
Jane's got a soft spot for Aaron, and despite her anger, she wants to see him turn things around.
I thank her for giving me the chance that she's giving me, and I think in the long run, I'm going to show her how much I appreciate it.
In the end, this Undercover Boss episode is one hell of a roller coaster ride, with Jane having to change and make tough decisions, but she chose to make the right one. In this hysterical journey through the world of corporate undercover, CEOs discover the power of humor and empathy. Thanks for joining me on this hilarious adventure, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fun-filled videos. Stay tuned, because there's always more laughter and insight to come.
Employees who got brutally fired on Undercover Boss.
I don't know if this is the business for you.
Oh my God.
I'm going to send you home for the day. You might want to think about whether this is really the right job choice for you.
You would, in your Donato's uniform,
Yeah.
to do something that's illegal.
I apologize for that.
But you know I have to let you go as a delivery driver.
Really?
What is the last thing you want to put down in your business? Well, definitely a lousy employee. And we know a good counter is to go incognito. Let's see if this tactic will help Eric Casaburi, the CEO of Retro Fitness, reel some bad fish in his pond.
A little nervous about going undercover, but I've got this great disguise. I've transformed Barry Ghosh, a down-on-his-luck guy competing on a reality show to win his own gym.
So, our no-good employee in this part is front desk diva Jacqueline, who looks down on every breathing thing. No, we're not exaggerating. The woman was jacking all the people around her, from members to fellow employees, including her own CEO.
A nice girl and nice smile, and you think, hey, all is right in the world. And then she opens her mouth and it's like, the bats from hell start flying out.
They're literally stupid. They don't know anything. They don't know how to use a machine, so they're over here looking like they're doing the machine.
Yeesh, stop dishing yourself like that on camera. This is gonna come back to bite you. She just couldn't hold her tongue for once. Even worse, Jacqueline went on with destroying the company's valuable ingredients and told the newbie to do the same. Further, she told him to ignore all the given instructions and just to follow her commands. Talk about being uptight.
Jacqueline's juice bar, because it seems like she's got her own way of doing everything.
Fill it to the top,
Right.
Don't overflow it, because then you'll make a mess. That's the
your
perfect shake.
I noticed that there was extra in here. What do you guys
I dump
make
it out.
samples out of that? You don't offer
I
it to the member
Nope,
at all? You just
dump it out. If they want it, they can take it, but if not, oh well.
There is a cost associated with every ingredient that goes into that shake.
Yep, she dumped good shakes, costing her employers money, just because it saved her time. Well, anyway, the duo put on quite a show, and the members could see it all with their own eyes. Not good for the company's reputation, now is it?
Do you want to show me how to make a shake, just so I know before I let you go?
Sure, if you'd
What would
like.
you Yeah.
Dirty peanut. Are we doing it the way it says?
No, you're gonna do it the way I told you.
The way you told me. Okay, so we want 2 of these from you, right?
That's not a full
1
pop.
and a half. Okay, how's that?
One more.
1 more.
That's enough ice.
Okay. I would normally hit the code. But...
Okay, well, I'm telling you the way people like it.
Okay.
Believe it or not, Jacqueline's face told that she was not liking the new guy, as he couldn't keep up with her bossing him around, and their dynamic was just getting messy with every passing minute. Jeez, lady, you might know what you're doing, but you definitely have no idea how this is gonna ruin you. Well, anyway, her obnoxiousness got so out of hand that she threw fits at poor Barry and the people asking for her services in the most conceited way possible.
He's condescending. He's not absorbing anything that I'm saying. He listens to me because I know what I'm doing. I know my...
How come this isn't punching?
You're probably doing it on the wrong side.
Ah, that is the reason why.
Oh, man. You can only imagine how things got when the disguise came off and the real identity of Eric came out. But instead of telling you, how about we show you? And FYI, she had no remorse for the way she acted. So you know where she's headed.
So you could possibly say right now, none that is going to be acceptable. You can sit here for 15 minutes and talk about this.
I won't, but okay.
Don't waste both our time.
Okay.
It makes no sense that you would treat someone that way. None.
Okay.
Nader Massadeh, the shark of Buffalo Wings and Rings, has got hot sauce in his blood. Nonetheless, running a hotshot food chain takes more than just sitting around in your office. Sometimes you have to go undercover to see what is actually costing you your business. The kitchen manager went all out boot camp on the new guy and gave a couple of vague instructions to get things running. And we all know how things go from there. From Nader messing up things to Wes bullying his own CEO. Huh. This line sums up the situation pretty right. Newsflash, sir, you're the real D-bag in this situation. And just so you know, mobbing and bossing people around doesn't mean running a business. Actual working does. And the CEO of the company was on the same page with us. Nader got so frustrated with the situation that he broke his cover in front of Red and promised her to set things. This hostile attitude got him into the verbal with his own fellow employees, and he refused to accept his mistake. When you act this stubborn, things end poorly. Time to call some big shots, I suppose.
Okay, so go on this.
The decision that Sean would like to make.
I'm not gonna change me. I am who I am. Sorry, I'm such a scary monster.
Jane Grody-Abel, chairwoman of Donato's Pizza, is all ready to take orders, make pizzas, and tackle deliveries, not knowing that things are gonna be much harder for her than the other bosses on the CBS show.
Hi, I'm Jane. Nice to meet you. Oh my gosh. I just said, hi, I'm Jane. Not even thinking about it. Do you want to go ahead and check the order and make sure you have everything? Okay, that'll be 8321.
Kathy's clearly never delivered a pizza in her life.
Okay, this boss lady has not had very good people skills and might have almost blown her cover. But Aaron had taken her under his wing and intended to teach well. The delivery guys and everyone were charmed, including his boss. He really had it going with the customers and took his services more seriously than any guy I've seen in my life.
Appreciate it, Mark. All right, you have a good one. Thanks.
I love that Aaron had a really great customer service balance with speed.
And I still don't think he suspects a thing about who I really am.
Fortunately, we had no clue that he was with the owner of his food joint, which went in the favor of the boss lady. But what this ignorance led to had us in awe, as Aaron here was not all goody two-shoes. Watch how he ruined his own job on camera.
He is fast, he's non-stop, the perfect delivery driver.
Delivering on campus is fun though. Like I have a really good time doing it. You like encounter some really weird stuff.
Like what?
A lot of people smoke pot, like invite me to come in for a little bit, and if I'm not very busy and I don't need to be super focused really, then I'll kind of indulge.
You do not.
Boss or no boss, who on earth discloses information like that or even gets into such activities on the job? Man, there goes your earnings down the toilet. But the smart guy was not ashamed at all. He was very confident about his driving skills. Come on, man, that's just illegal. Have you been getting away with it this whole time?
Takes the joint someone offers to him.
Are you against that?
I am really against it.
I'm sorry. I don't want to disappoint you.
Especially getting behind a wheel.
But it doesn't really affect my abilities.
But all wrong things meet their end now and again. And now it was time for Aaron to get his. Because the CEO was not all strawberries. He was putting other people at risk, and she was ready to take down anyone coming in the way of her company's survival.
But he put a lot of people at risk. I honestly didn't even want to get back in the car with him.
Should you drive back to the store? No.
Are you under the influence right now?
No. Jeez, what do you think? I was just smoking in the store and then I just went out on the road? pretty angry with me, kind of lectured me like a mom. Kathy needs to hit the bong and just chill out for a bit.
Oh boy, this identity reveal is brutal. I actually had a heart for Aaron and his happy-go-lucky attitude. But who knows? Maybe the guy's not as easygoing and rather high all the time. Let's get to the conclusive part of the show.
You would, in your Donato's uniform,
Yeah,
to do something that's illegal.
I apologize for that.
Well, you know I have to let you go. As a delivery driver.
Really?
What is the last thing you should do if you want to keep your job? We rant about our bosses, but not everyone is that smart, right? Some might babble their inside out on reality TV, thinking they can get away with it. Well, the same thing happened with one of Boston Market's employees when Chief Brand Officer Sarah Bidorf went undercover to see what was really going on at her restaurants.
They get down to the issues working alongside of. And if you see anything that needs to be fixed right away, make sure we get it done.
The CEO is putting a lot of faith in me for this assignment, and I have to get it right.
Well, the star of this episode is Ronnie, a youthful and spiteful employee who worked at the company's outpost in Duluth. The guy started by making quite an expression with his big mouth right from the start.
Welcome to Boston Market. This is how everything unfolds. Standard procedure is to greet the customer as they walk in and say, hello, welcome to Boston Market, blah, 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 whatever. Because we have to make customers, on a pedestal. We can go walk around the lobby and we'll introduce you to Neil. This is the store's general manager.
Oh, hi, Neil.
Welcome to our team. If you need anything, let me know.
Okay, thanks.
This is the lobby. It does get busy, but it's generally just people taking too long to eat.
Okay.
But
Sarah's face screamed uncomfortably, but male Kim Kardashian was not getting the signals, as he kept his quirky demeanor and walked around the place as if he owned it.
Customers hey, would you like to sample our loaded mashed potatoes? It shouldn't be a question. You should be forcing it down their throat, because that is what corporate has told us to do. We don't ask questions. We just work like robots. When putting pecan pie into the thing, it has to look like that at all times. Otherwise, we get in trouble, because Boston Market, again, ridiculous standards.
Slow down a bit, man. Apparently, he hates everything about his job. The only thing he was a fan of was acting like a petty teenage girl and bossing people around.
Customers always have something picky about a sandwich to do. My least favorite part is the customer always has to be right. I absolutely hate that. We have some mundane activities that we need to get done, and I hate doing them, so I'm basically gonna make you do them. I am a little bit of a diva. Everyone always has something to say about me. Someone is always hating on me.
He had his boss doing the dirty work. I mean, taking out trash while he smoked. This acting was one of the breaking points for the woman, who was treating him like a young man still trying life. But this scene changed her perspective, and she realized what she was actually dealing with.
I'm amused by him. The jokes about Kim Kardashian, those are all kind of charming until they, sort of piled on top of each other.
These are our new napkin dispensers. Customers will literally sit here and take about 500 napkins and then just throw them all over the floor. They didn't actually need them. Customers do not care what it's like. Like, you could be 1,000 customers over there and they'll...
After acting, the guy came back to teach Bidorf some more work. And while doing it, he made some negative comments about the customers he'd been serving. Yeesh, major red flags. Nonetheless, things were not going to get any better from here.
Things about customers, which sends up an immediate red flag.
Children and old people are literally the worst I've ever seen in my entire life, because none of them know what they want and they're literally can't talk. You just kind of have to deal with it.
Our guests are our bread and butter. They pay our check. They keep our businesses open. They pay his paycheck.
They're just going to be here dealing with her children, and we just have to wait. I don't know how hard it is to read a menu, but...
Ronnie then went to the length of dropping the hate word a couple of times while talking about the customers. And this really ticked the brand officer off, as he was the face of the company. So she did something that was not planned for on this trip.
Ronnie, I wanted to reintroduce myself to you. I'm not actually Rachel. My name is Sarah Bidorf, and I'm the Chief Brand Officer of Boston Market.
No.
And you're on Undercover Boss.
So there is no restaurant competition show?
There is no restaurant competition show.
Oh my God, really?
Yes, I did get you. I got you saying a bunch of things about our...
I did.
That are really not very nice. I'm angry and I'm heartbroken.
There was only one solution to this situation. You guessed it right, send this diva packing. The odd part is that he totally denied the action and acted like he had no idea of why he was being sent home. But Sarah talked to the manager of the restaurant and made sure he knew that Ronnie had gone under his nose.
Several times, actually, about hating customers.
He what?
We actually used the words, I hate our customers.
Surprise. Oh, no,
I'm
no.
sure you understand we can't have that. So we're going to need to terminate his employment. It makes me, it really upsets me.
Yep, upsets me too. It's me too. We got to do what we got to do. I hate to see him go, but
This CEO's company is kind of a crazy one. Since this is not your typical brand or
All visionaries who came before him, the owner of Bikinis is not content to rest on those laurels. So he bought a town in Texas and renamed it Bikinis.
That was quite a brutal firing. CEO Harlan Kent is going undercover as Dan Johnson and is ready to try and understand his business better.
My coworkers will be told that I'm a contestant on a reality TV show called Second Chances, where I'm given a second chance at starting a new line of work.
Kent's first job is at their South Deerfield branch. Just check out how cool this is.
This is the most important store in terms of setting the tone for the Yankee Candle brand.
Kent already has an idea of what he wants to see.
Is there a real focus on customer service? Are people having fun and are they feeling good? Because when people are feeling good, then they buy stuff.
Kent is paired up with Blaze, one of the young sales associates.
Can we train with you today? Yes. Cool. We're going to do a few different things. We're going to do wax hands, which is just make a cast in your hand out of wax. It's definitely popular.
Right off the bat, Blaze doesn't seem too thrilled to be working here, and Kent is slowly catching on to the fact.
Guess comes up, you have the chart. Yep. And the instructions to make a rainbow. Over here, the biggest pain is just, kids are going to get messy.
The first customer approaches, and of course, it's a kid. Blaze and Kent handle the customer well, while making the kid feel comfortable.
Done this before? Yeah.
You have?
Professional?
Here?
Nice.
Okay. Oh, is that a Christmas tree? Oh, that's so pretty.
Nice.
Kent is happy with that interaction, but this is when Blaze turns around and says that he believes otherwise.
Okay. Is that it? Great.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Have a great day.
These people were incredibly nice.
They're not all going to be like that.
Blaze even goes as far as reenacting what he thinks happens when kids are involved in such an activity.
Oh my God.
They're going to do whatever they want. Well, let's go.
Blaze is on fire. He's so riled up by this one little thing that you won't believe what he says next.
Well, no. You definitely just dropped that in there because here. And there has been instances where you're going to want to try and slap the kid.
He said, "What?" Blaze then reveals to Kent that he is indeed a hot-headed person and isn't the most patient either.
Completely honest with you, I have the worst temper.
Kent is concerned for Blaze since he has such awful thoughts.
As much as you hate whoever you're working with.
He's angry about some things. I'm not sure what exactly it is that's making him angry, but that's not great for all the rest of the team.
Blaze doesn't stop there. He continues to say things like,
"They'll dip it a million times, leave you a mess like this. As bad as this comes across, sometimes I feel like punching an 8-year-old.
Kent is like a child and enjoys everything happening at the place, but Blaze isn't too thrilled to be there.
Because it comes out of color.
It's the Hulk.
Absolutely.
So cool.
It's a weird situation to throw yourself into, throwing people's hands in.
At the time of a reveal, Blaze has only come to realize that he's jeopardized his job.
Blaze, imagine meeting you here. So I was curious to catch up with you, as you can imagine.
Kent then has a talk with Blaze before deciding not to fire him despite all that.
Blaze, using inappropriate language, especially in a place where you're trying to create a great atmosphere, that's just the wrong time.
Good boss, bad employee. Blaze is lucky to have gotten that second chance. The next boss on this list is one of the first to travel all the way to Mexico undercover.
Being the first boss to travel to foreign soil. I get you wet?
I'm a little wet.
But
this isn't the first rodeo for Stephen J. Klubik, since he had previously done an undercover episode, and that was a big fail. Klubik has quite the work cut out for him. Since
If you want to play some games, there's other games you can play. It's disheartening.
Are you serious? No.
In the long run, and we make money on volume. It's like the goose that laid the golden egg. Take their money. That's our number 1 priority. Take their money.
And push back your blacks. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Brad, stay focused. Stay with me.
Foreman realizes that there's so much going on that he himself can't seem to keep himself contained.
No, you don't.
Most business people have ADD, so I really can't focus in there. All these items are coming at me.
All the way down. All the way down.
This is really
That's
playing
good.
up.
That's good. Bring it down.
Foreman fumbles the job, and Elizabeth is shocked to see such a performance.
He was like, oh.
And you didn't have, oh my God. Ugh. Thank you very much.
My mom's gonna freak out. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you ready to experience a roller coaster of emotions where one esteemed CEO goes undercover in his very own company?
The CEO of Belfor, the world's largest disaster restoration company, poses as an unemployed insurance salesman looking for a new line of work.
Guys, you have to see this unforgettable episode in its entirety because it will leave a lasting imprint on your senses. Meet Sheldon Yellen, the CEO of Belfor. It's unlikely you don't know Belfor, world's largest disaster restoration company. So what happened is Tom Kelly, the undercover identity of Sheldon, reached Norfolk, Virginia to clean and repair homes where he met Joe, an employee who was competent, polite, hardworking, and had a ton of charisma. What more could you want from an employee, right?
Hello. Hi, Joe.
Hey.
Hi, Tom Kelly. How are you?
All right, okay.
Tom got to know Joe as their project progressed, and he was already taken aback by his demeanor and aura. Tom became breathless as they began the disassembling work, because who does things like that from behind the CEO's desk, huh?
I've done quite a few things.
What'd you do before this?
General contractor in the state of Virginia. I worked for a fella for 3 years, and then I said, well, you know what, I think I can do it on my own.
Well, on a breather, Tom seized the opportunity to learn more about Joe's life story. Apparently, Joe had a ton of difficulties. Huge amounts of debts because of his previous business and how things got really difficult for him to manage everything. So what did Joe do? He took on multiple side jobs to fulfill the basic needs. He was unshakable in his desire to provide for his 2 children.
What motivates you for all that?
Here, these are my 2 kids. That's Natasha, 14, and that's Hunter. He's 9.
And that's how you identify a responsible and dutiful man. As they had an emotional chat, the one thing Tom understood about Joe was that he was a rock. Despite all these challenges, Joe was amazingly motivated and persistent. I mean, just take a look at this guy.
So how much work is there here, though? What if there's not a leak tomorrow?
Then I'll hustle.
So you run more than one job at a time?
Oh, yeah.
In this deep moment of empathy and understanding, Tom took the upfront decision of offering Joe a promotion that he deserved. Who wouldn't love to help a person who is so driven and ready to take on challenges, right?
And I really like you to spend your time and energy securing work for Belfor in the future. And so I would like to promote you to project manager.
I'm in.
I want to advance you $10,000 on your commissions that I know you'll be making as a project manager.
That's amazing.
I'd like to give you an additional bonus of $10,000 for yourself as well.
Wow, isn't it heartwarming to see one human recognizing the worth in another and respect and compensate that person? Sheldon turned out to be a CEO that isn't a psychopath, and Joe turned out to be an employee who was selfless. The perfect combination we were looking for. But in this episode of Undercover Boss, you'll experience the most overwhelming moment. So this time, it was time for Joel Manby, the CEO of Hirsch & Family Entertainment, to disguise himself as John Briggs and visit one of his many centers.
My name's going to be John Briggs, and I'm going to be a new recruit to our company who was just laid off from the auto industry, documenting what it's like to try out entry-level jobs at Hirsch.
But there was one employee who immediately caught his attention, Mercedes. She was a personification of dedication and compassion, and captured his heart as the company's most devoted and nurturing employee. Her commitment and genuine care left a lasting impact on John, and this entire encounter was turning out to be quite the thing.
So you do this, and you,
Yep, I work in accounting and finance department. I also do events, hosting.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're busy.
I do pretty much a little bit of everything here.
John was clearly impressed by Mercedes' versatility. Her life story definitely got John emotional, not gonna lie. I mean, this woman was doing everything to bring up her child by working multiple jobs. In a fast-paced world, the idea of finding peace resonates with many. But Mercedes was putting everything she had to make things work.
2 years ago, before I got this job, right before I got it, me and my son were homeless.
You're kidding me.
And my son was about 1 year old. We were staying in his school. It was a private daycare, and we were sleeping on the floor.
Regardless of the immense difficulties of parenthood, she remained steady. Even in the midst of these trying times, her willful spirit never faltered. Her positivity and optimism was so inspiring that Joel did not fail to acknowledge her unwavering determination to never give up. He witnessed her relentless commitment as a parent, especially during these challenging times. Her resilience left an unforgettable mark on him, a living proof of strength and unwavering love.
I think the more you know, the better.
Yeah.
The pay comes later, you know?
Yeah.
the attitude to just do it all on your own like she did, it's so amazing to me.
Mercedes being in a bad spot but still came out shining is a proof that with gratitude and a great work ethic, someday or the other, you will definitely reach heights.
You know, you just see so much pain, and you just think, you know, why does it have to be like this? You know, you want to help, but you can't always help everybody. Man, what an amazing person. What an amazing person.
Witnessing Joey's emotional display was greatly moving. It's a rarity to encounter individuals of such high stature who embody both generosity and empathy. The combination of his position and his ability to genuinely connect with others struck a chord deep within, reminding us all of the immense power of compassion and kindness regardless of status.
The first thing we want to do is give you an immediate raise.
Oh my God.
Because in honor of you making that huge move from being homeless into a new apartment, we're going to inventory with you everything that you need. And you just tell us what you need.
That would be great.
I want to see you achieve your dreams, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
But hold on, it gets better. Knowing what Joey did to help Mercedes get out of the bad spot left me amazed. Mercedes gave such an important message to never give up and always take control of your life, no matter how many lemons life throws at you. But this next CEO, the boss of Twin Peaks, Randy Dewitt, decided to go undercover as Eric West to know the inner workings of his company, as he was extremely protective of its image. Randy reached the Twin Peaks franchise in Round Rock, Texas, and what happened next will leave you amazed.
We want to be the employer of choice to the attractive girls who might want to work in our restaurant, so we've designed their position to eliminate any of the heavy lifting or dirty work.
Really impressed with the way Randy cares and thinks about his employees. I mean, who sees that these days, huh?
Hello. Hey, what's up, man? Kale, nice to meet you. I'm Eric. I'm a bar back here. What we do is clean, basically.
So here's what happened. Eric's day at Twin Peaks started with meeting Kale, and oh, what a beautiful start to his day, meeting the most energetic and polite employee of the company. Moving further with their day, Eric got to know it's pretty hard and difficult to work as a bar back. I mean, take a look at this, you guys.
Oh, no, and inside? Oh, yeah. Handles on the outside, then handle inside. Oh, wow. It gets slippery.
Eric was literally struggling with the mugs. Anyone could have gotten annoyed by that, but Kale handled him so patiently without even bursting out. I mean, that's the epitome of a cool-headed and poised person right there, man. Also, seeing Eric got me thinking about whether I would have ever gone undercover if I were there at his place. No jokes. Great willpower, Kale. It's extremely hard to work with utmost passion and dedication when you're carrying so much weight and manage to conceal it until someone asks you about it. Kudos. Well, Kale is a guy any business would love to employ. I mean, just listen to this.
You gotta treat people right. That's the only thing you can do.
And I completely agree with Kale when he said that we gotta treat people right. It was an eye-opening moment. And no, it doesn't end here. Kale is a pile of surprises. It got Eric stunned when Kale told him that he was a student in the animation college across the street. And guess what? Randy decided to help him out.
You know, he's a special employee, and I sure want to figure out a way to help him achieve his dream.
The end will make you believe in the saying, good things happen to those who hustle once again. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm going to need some help designing that pin. I think you're the perfect man for the job, Kale.
Thank you, thank you.
And we're going to pay you for that, too.
Whoa.
I want our marketing department to know what you're capable of.
I knew no one would because we just saw what happened to Eric's goodwill and strong determination.
I'm going to make sure you don't have to pay that loan back. All $53,000 of it.
And you didn't have, oh my God. Thank you very much.
Randy's one act of kindness brought such a huge impact on Kale. He ultimately found his peace of mind after struggling to make ends meet for so long. But in this next episode of Undercover Boss, the CEO of Dippin' Dot, Scott Fisher, went undercover to see where the stress points were at his company. Scott Fisher disguised himself as Brad and reached Kentucky Kingdom.
Today, I'm here at Kentucky Kingdom in Louisville, Kentucky to work with Bailey.
It is here where he met Bailey, a 19-year-old girl working as a supervisor of food and beverage.
Hi, Bailey. I'm Brad.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Her attention to detail was truly inspiring, even noticing when Brad inadvertently wore his badge on the wrong side. She possessed a remarkable understanding of the company's rules and regulations. This unwavering commitment to excellence showcased her dedication, setting her apart as a remarkable individual. What do you think?
How do I look?
You look great. Just, can you move your badge to that side so you can see Kentucky Kingdom?
Her ability to confidently brief Brad despite it being her first time working with someone older was truly remarkable. It revealed her strong work ethics and unyielding confidence. The way she commanded the situation with poise and professionalism was worth appreciation. Just watch her.
When you come back tomorrow, can you just try to take the beard in
I can do
tighter?
it. A little tighter.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right.
Straighten it up a little bit. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, now that was something. Hearing Bailey talk about what she liked about Kentucky Kingdom provided a window into her vibrant personality. She radiated as a true people person who was always brimming with enthusiasm. Additionally, her adept handling of the morning meeting reflected her innate leadership qualities. It's evident that she possessed a unique blend of charisma, warmth, and the ability to inspire and guide others.
This is Brad. He's going to be new to the team.
Hey, guys.
This is his first day. He'll just be kind of shadowing me for the day. He won't be on a car by himself yet. You already know where you're going to be placed for the day. Yeah.
Her team was no doubt very lucky to have her as their supervisor. Her exceptional abilities extended far beyond just being a skilled manager and leader. She was also extremely hardworking and committed to her duties. Working undercover not only helped Brad gain a deeper understanding of the inner workings of his business, but also the problems that the customers faced, such as high rates. It was an insightful experience overall.
How much is it?
$5.25.
You are expensive here.
Oh. Trying to break my bank.
Yeah.
A little pricey.
Knowing the customer's disappointment in the pricing left Brad disheartened, making room for some positive changes in the near future. Brad then learned about Bailey's family, and I have to say, it's pretty tragic. Bailey lost her brother due to heart failure. It deeply affected her. Imagining her go through all this at such a young age, but still standing strong. Huge respect, man. Watching Brad take interest in her brother's story and asking her to tell more about what happened is a sign that he genuinely has a heart of gold and wanted to help Bailey with whatever he can.
Was it just all of a sudden, just out of the blue?
He went and watched the Super Bowl with my cousin. He was fine there. And then when he came home, he went to bed and he wouldn't wake up.
Oh no.
Now that was heartwarming. But what happened next was crazy.
So I also wanted to provide you with a luxury vacation on my private jet to Universal Hollywood for you and your whole family.
I mean, I'm speechless. Brad's generosity once again left everyone amazed. What he just offered Bailey was the most unexpected and thoughtful gesture.
So I wanted to do something for your brother, so I created the Devin Webb Foundation.
I'm shaking so bad.
And I'm gonna pledge $20,000 to it, and we want you to be the face of the foundation.
My mom's gonna freak out. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say.
None of us could have ever imagined that he could come up with something like this. People like Scott make this world a better place. People like Bailey motivate everyone to have strength and keep faith because no matter what happens, there's light at the end of the tunnel. But now it's time for the president and COO of Roto-Rooter, North America's largest plumbing and drain cleaning company, to disguise himself as a new recruit in this episode of Undercover Boss. For someone who came from a middle-class family and became the president of a company, Rick has definitely worked his way up the corporate ladder.
You can either say, hey, it's tough economic times, poor Roto-Rooter, or say there's never been a better time than right now to find out who we really are.
Rick's thought process and way to perceive things were simply exceptional. Coming to the sting, Rick reached New Orleans, and once there, he met Henry, one of the best men working for Roto-Rooter in New Orleans. You can see Henry's sincerity towards his work from the very beginning as he had his priorities in line.
I want you to meet Hank.
How you doing?
I'm okay. How you meet you?
Okay. Hey, I have this customer waiting on me right now, so yeah, we gotta get going. Okay.
All right.
Without wasting much of his time, he mentioned that a customer was waiting for him and returned back to work. On the way to the customer's place, Henry shared a few details about himself with Rick and that he worked as pipe superintendent earlier.
You haven't seen any rats under there, huh?
I don't like rats.
You don't like rats?
I see a rat.
Rick certainly was daring to put his hands into something which is not his cup of tea.
I've been running to the doctor and tests and everything.
You got tests and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You got I understand.
One can clearly make out looking at Henry's face that he was deeply affected when the lady told him about her medical bills and that she couldn't afford to spend $1,200 as repair cost. If someone else would have been there at Henry's place, he would have clearly denied. But it takes courage to take money out of your own pocket to help a complete stranger in need. What a noble person. And that very instance was enough for Rick to realize that all the things he heard from everyone about him were nothing but the truth.
At first, I was taken aback by Henry's giving such an extreme discount, but I thought about it and I realized Henry works on commission, so he was taking money out of his own pocket.
That feeling of pride was quite evident just by looking at Rick's face. Without even Henry realizing, this act of kindness became the turning point in his life. As the day wore on, Rick realized that Henry was the go-to man for everyone, and he got a number of calls from the other field technicians. Watching Henry being the giver the whole day, Rick was intrigued to learn more about him outside the professional setting.
I decided to come along to the basketball practice. I watched Henry give and give and give all day. I want to see Henry outside of this environment.
Since we had to work late today, she picked the kids up and
So if you didn't bring them, they wouldn't...
Right, some of them wouldn't get here, exactly.
Everyone deserves to have a partner like Pat, being the biggest cheerleader, always encouraging and helping in whatever they can just so you can have a peaceful night's sleep. As for Henry, not only was he good at his technician job at Roto-Rooter, but he was also fully devoted and passionate towards being a coach and training the basketball team kids.
Why do you think he does it?
He just loves children. He could work all day on his job, go pick up the children that need a ride, coach.
Henry's will to do good was incomparable, and without Pat being on his side, he would have never been able to serve so selflessly. She was his true soulmate.
He seems like he likes this, so
He loves it. He loves it.
I think Rick entered Henry and his wife's life as a guardian to help them and support the work that they truly enjoyed.
The company's going to give you a 15-person van to take all those kids to practice. And I've got the keys.
Oh, man.
The gesture of generosity from Rick towards their shared passion, despite it being unrelated to his company, was an example of him being an ideal leader. While gifting a van may not have been a big deal for him, but it definitely meant everything to Henry and Pat. Rick's selflessness touched their souls in ways words fail to convey. And what's more, Henry's promotion to field supervisor, first-level manager, and a raise was well-deserved.
How about a promotion? Can make you field supervisor, first-level manager, and Roto-Rooter. Gonna give you a raise.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
But this episode of Undercover Boss was certainly the most fragile one till now. This time, Shelly Sun, the CEO of Brightstar Care, nation's fastest growing providers of private health care, went undercover as Linda to work alongside her employees. Shelly reached her nursing home in Oakland, Northern California, where she met Arlene, the certified nursing assistant. And I can't tell you how special this episode is going to be.
It felt very gratifying to be able to do something for him as simple as combing his hair and blow drying his hair. I mean, it felt good and doing something for him that he might not be able to do for himself.
It just melts my heart watching them take care of people so naturally. And of all people, Arlene was so natural. Everyone was so comfortable with Arlene, who was truly a delight to watch, but Linda was no less too.
Linda wasn't hesitant to work with patients, and I love that.
She definitely deserved to be appreciated, the way she blended in all the duties so effortlessly. Arlene's words resonate deeply with me.
So what made you decide you want to be a nurse?
Oh my gosh, I'm a single parent.
How many children
I
do you
have
have?
one daughter,
Okay.
and she's 7, so you know, it's kind of hard. CNAs only get paid so much.
Arlene's incredible maturity at the age of 24 astonished me, balancing the responsibilities of caring for others while being a single parent to a 17-year-old girl filled me with admiration and awe. Her journey serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience and capacity for love that exists within us all. But then she said something that completely shook Linda up.
You know, I felt like I was wasting my time, so I went back to school, like I'd say a week after I gave birth to my daughter.
That must have been so hard.
It was.
Did she just say that she went back to school a week after she gave birth to her daughter? I have no words to describe her bravery. But there was more.
My daughter's dad passed away at 16. He got killed by a drunk driver.
The accidents she faced alone had a devastating impact on her. But despite that, she was determined to see it through. But then, there was something amazing in store for her determination and hard work.
I have made arrangements so that that territory could be your franchise. $47,500, that's my contribution.
No way.
Shelly wanted Arlene's hard work to be rewarded, and what can I say? This employee truly deserved nothing but the best. So, which among these employees do you think was the best? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked our content, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe to my channel immediately. See you next time, guys.
I want to see this guy again. I want to see his badge, his IG.
From donning a new identity to working in the same conditions as their task force, some undercover bosses nailed their disguises. But one employee was so suspicious that he actually asked the boss to prove his identity. First up, we have the CEO of DHL, Phil Coachman from Australia, who joined the company 30 years ago and has worked his way to the top. He disguises himself as Eddie King, who's just arrived from Australia looking for a new job. Phil is more accustomed to sharp suits and, well, he's close to retiring at 64. So I think he's going to have a tough time pulling off this gig.
DHL is a pretty physical job, actually, particularly in the front line. I would hope that I'm up to it physically.
You see, DHL is a real hands-on job, especially on the front line, and Phil didn't want to mess things up. Did you know that the Brits are the biggest internet shoppers in the world? They spend about 68 million pounds online and an average of 2,000 per person. So it's quite obvious that they'd expect some reliable and fast deliveries, and that's where DHL comes in. The company has a stunning turnover of 800 million pounds, and they have a group of 4,500 employees operating year-round. With this insane growth, Phil's got some major concerns about whether customers' packages are landing where they should, and more importantly, when they should. Any failure to do so would land the company in trouble, and that would be an absolute nightmare.
We might be pushing the whole network too hard. With the result, shipments ultimately don't get delivered on time, which would be a disaster.
Apparently, 225,000 parcels which were promised failed to be delivered during a particular Christmas. And you know how disheartening that can be. Now, in a business as competitive as this, Phil knows that his company is a target for all his rivals who will not fail to take any opportunity to poach his customers. Which is why he made the drastic decision to go undercover. Cut to the moment when he walked into his very first sting for the day. And this is where he meets Vivian, one of the 400 call center operators, and she's to be his guide for the day.
Hello, Viv, how are you?
Very well, thanks. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
You see, Viv and her team are trained to take over 100 calls a day and have a target of less than 4 minutes to handle each one. She first gives Phil a rundown on how things work at the center, and once they got to the real deal, Viv had to share something really important with Phil.
Sometimes people just want to get things off their chest, and then once they've had their little moment, ask for the relevant information as you would with any call.
So it was important for the operators to make the customer feel comfortable, rather than stick to the issue alone. You see, it's always good to give time to the customers to talk, and once they're done, the operators get into the relevant information. The amazing operator Viv has gone under a 6-week ramped-up training, and now this is the time for the CEO to taste it. But is Phil up for the job? You have to check this out.
Hello, you're through to Eddie. Good afternoon. How can I help you?
Hi, Eddie. I'm just calling from Australia.
You come from Australia?
You see how they handle a tough situation? When a customer's parcel went missing, Viv and the team approached the problem effectively well. The call center procedure dictates the missing parcels and are routed to specific operators. And in this case, it happens to be Viv's colleague, Kath. Meanwhile, Phil was itching to solve the problem right there, but the company's red tape is holding him back.
No, Kath had already told you she'll call her back.
No,
so
look, you're wrong.
just go back and say, Kath will call you back in a few moments.
Hello, Marianne.
So you see what happened there. Well, yes, the employee was trying to stick to the rules of the company, but Phil thinks that it's hindering the service rather than making it better. Anyway, since he's undercover and not the boss, he had to give in to Viv's instructions and hung up on the call. However, Viv was upset. This new guy who's still looking for the job was a bit too overbearing for her. He was here for 1 day, and he was acting like he was the one who'd be calling the shots. But this is what concerned Phil.
She might have been a victim of people promising to call her back in the past and never got a call.
Well, that's probably why the customer chose to wait on the call, and I think his concerns were pretty valid. It is these kinds of small cracks in the company that can land the entire business in thick soup. With that out of the way, the next stop Phil was headed towards was to meet those who work in the front line. This is the same depot that delivers to customers in remote locations. And for this, Phil starts his journey with a 31-year-old Martin who covers 600 miles across the city delivering orders to the customers.
Eddie. Hi, mate. Martin.
Martin.
You're right.
Good to see you.
You'll be stunned to watch how the CEO of the company could pull this off.
This is going to take us back to where we were really wrong.
I just don't understand why it wouldn't take me onto that A51.
Because we're getting the wrong way for that.
You see, Eddie, aka Phil, was way too slow behind the wheels. The delivery, which should have ideally taken about 8 minutes, took a whole half hour to reach. But that's not even the most shocking thing, because what Martin said next was even crazier.
Well, the theory is, down the road in Telford, the starting wage is about £3,000 more a year. You're working hard every day. You'd hope that you're paid the same as your colleagues.
Absolutely.
Phil was shocked to know that the frontline guys who did most of the job and put in most of the hours from their day were paid the least. And this was a very sad situation. Do they deserve a hike? Well, sure they do. And is Phil ready to give one? You're about to find out soon. But before that, let's take a look at what Phil was up to in his next pit stop, which was the shipment area. Once there, he meets up with a new trainer, Graham, and almost immediately picks up on the job.
You must be Graham.
Oh, well?
Yeah, I'm good.
Your name?
Eddie.
Eddie, all right.
Eddie King, how are you?
Once the briefing was over and done with, Phil then decided to get his hands dirty. Our man had to move the parcels through the warehouse quite literally, and trust me, it isn't an easy job. But will Phil be able to pull it off? Let's see what happened.
From now, I'm going to start timing you. 5 seconds.
What? This one hasn't got a thing on it.
10 seconds.
I'll do that one later. No, what's that?
Phil had to process 17 parcels every minute, and of course, he couldn't do it. But that wasn't the only concerning thing that happened. It appeared like Graham was beginning to get suspicious of Phil, and now that would be a really big nightmare for any undercover boss.
I don't know. I look at people's hands. There's no dirt there. It looks like he's been in an office for a long while. When you ask certain questions, just don't seem right.
And that's when, out of nowhere, he dropped the bomb.
Who are you really?
Who are I really? Really?
And well, it looks like Phil's cover just got busted, and it was time for the big reveal. Of course, this was going to be a secret for the rest of the day, but between the two, everything was now out in the open.
Okay, the truth. But have you heard of this undercover boss?
Yes.
It's on Phil.
Phil?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Well, it was now time to get more inside information from someone who works at Ground Zero, and Graham felt heavily underappreciated, and needless to say, this left Phil greatly disappointed.
You think I'm a number, I'm coming in to work and I'm going home?
Yeah.
That is a genuine feeling.
Yeah.
Why don't you ever come upstairs and praise the girls' last team, what they're doing?
Yeah.
And that would mean a massive amount from just one boss to say thank you.
I hear what you're saying.
Up next, Phil was headed towards the busiest region of the UK, responsible for a third of all the UK, London. Once there, he meets up with Marcello, who has been delivering DHL parcels for about 7 months.
Marcello.
Nice to meet you. Are you ready to go?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Now, this guy was someone who had a happy and positive vibe, and this helped build a wonderful image with his customers. The two struck up a conversation, which is when Marcello shared his experience with DHL. According to him, the company is 1,000 times better than any other because it gave a new life to an immigrant like himself. Marcello then revealed more about his background and claimed that 14 years ago, he was forced to leave Brazil to find work to fend for his parents who were poverty-stricken.
Approximately how much money do you send home?
I send about half my wage home.
And DHL seemed to be the home he found far away from his own. You can say that it was quite an overwhelming experience for Phil after having gone undercover in his own company. And now that he had all the nitty-gritty details of what was happening behind his back, it was now time to reveal his true identity. Well, of course, all the employees who were summoned to the head office were sweating bullets. They were dying of anxiety, wondering what had gone wrong, or maybe they were about to get fired. Why else would anyone call a regular employee to the company's main headquarters? Well, turns out Phil had a surprise for them. And when the boss walked into the room, you have to see how the employees reacted. Here comes Viv's reaction.
You're not Eddie.
I'm not Eddie. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Well, clearly she was in for a shock, but what this next employee did was unbelievable. I'm talking about Marcello, who kept smiling all through the big reveal, even when Phil presented a long list of gifts to him. This included a full-term job and a free ticket to go meet his parents back in Brazil.
So what I've done is I've drawn you up a contract for full-time employment. I'm going to fly you home to Brazil. You can go home and see your parents and have an early holiday.
But here's the deal. Marcello thought this was some kind of an elaborate joke. I mean, just take a look at how much he was in denial.
I promise you, he's the boss.
Really?
Of the whole of DHL UK.
No way.
When Marcello asked to meet Phil again, I assumed he might want to thank him, But what Marcelo asked for was very unexpected.
I want to see this guy again. I want to see his badge, his ID.
Well, can you believe that? Yep, Marcelo was so dumbstruck by everything that had just happened, he simply couldn't believe that the man was real. And once he got to meet Phil again, the boss was humble enough to prove his identity to his loyal employee. No questions asked.
I just want to know if you're the Phil. I thought you're just an actor.
An actor? I can prove to you, I'm not the actor. That's me. A little more hair with another governor.
No way. Wow.
Damn, Marcelo is one lucky guy. And it looks like someone did land some very unexpected gifts from the top boss. Speaking of gifts, now tell me, who doesn't like chocolates, huh? Well, if you're wondering why I'm talking about chocolates, well, it's because we're now headed towards a factory which was started in 1907 by Richard Prudy. And I think you already know which company I'm talking about. It's the Prudy's Chocolate. This company has emerged as a staple in the Canadian West for the past 105 years with 61 stores across the country. Prudy's pretty much owns the market. Impressive, right? However, Karen, the CEO of 17 Years, has been finding herself in the thick of the competition, especially in the region around Ontario, which is why she decided to go undercover and know the truth about her business.
I'm Karen Flavel. I'm the CEO of Prudy's Chocolates, and I've been with Prudy's over 17 years. The challenges facing Prudy's are mostly just growing in Ontario.
So Karen donned the role of Devin Norris, a 28-year-old rock chick who had spent the last 5 years touring around with her band and now expected a stable job for herself. Let's quickly jump to the first stop, which was the roving line where chocolates are made. But here's something that might surprise you. It is here where 30% of the employees have been working for nearly 30 years. Once there, she was welcomed by Kathy, and both of them got busy making the famous cherry chocolate.
So some of these that you've made are going to go into the purple boxes.
That's such a cool feeling, actually. Yeah.
During this time, Devin decided to dive deeper into Kathy's work and personal life, which is when the employee revealed this.
I had plans to retire, but I had a grandson, and my husband and I chose to help our daughter and raise this boy.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Kathy found it important to keep the job and work her days off just to fend for her daughter and grandchild. And well, it's not common to see this level of commitment. Her grandson was now in college, and he had 2 more years to go. While Kathy herself had 2 more years to retire, everything seemed to work just fine.
Yeah, so he's got 2 more years to go, and I have 2 more years before I retire, so things kind of just worked out.
But Devin was moved beyond measure. But what happened in her next secret mission was even more overwhelming. The boss was now on a new mission to Alberta. This time around, Alicia was her trainer. But it looks like this one was sharp, as the boss's cover was now about to be blown. Check it out for yourselves.
There's a lot of product knowledge that you're probably not going to remember today, but if you can just grab 1 or 2 key things that I'm saying, that would really help for the day.
Was she getting onto something here? Those long stares and glances might just give away the boss's identity. But however, she continued the training, and soon enough, the doors were thrown open. And turns out, it takes a lot more effort and focus to handle customers on a daily basis.
Oh, transaction not complete. Oh, sorry. And now I don't know where the bags are.
But surprisingly, Alicia was impressed by the newcomer's enthusiasm and was just trying to appreciate her.
Nice girl. Oh, bravo, you figured it out.
1307, please.
Phew, that was surely a hard one. But just then, Alicia caught on to something which she never actually trained the newcomer for.
Holy, did someone show you how to find out? I'm just shocked that you found that by yourself.
How the heck did she know how to punch the numbers in when she wasn't even trained for it? Alicia probably got a hint of something fishy right there. But anyway, things worked out in the boss's favor, and Alicia just let it pass.
You catch on fast.
I had to regain my composure.
Wow, that was a narrow miss right there. But now let's get into the real deal of the business. Turns out the shop ran full on most days, with truckloads of customers walking into the doors. But sadly, the shelves and stockroom were shockingly empty, and that's not a good look. Sometimes they even had to turn away their customers and ask them to come around next time once the stock came in.
You get frustrated sometimes, things get left out, and that's hard. And customers are upset, why don't we get this product, why don't we get this product?
And well, that's not how successful businesses thrive. And Devin had quite the message to take home from here.
I definitely want to look further into their inventory levels. I would assume that if we can fill in those gaps, we would increase sales even more.
Up next, the boss steps into the world of packaging, where she met up with Elsa, a veteran worker. Now, Elsa had one job to do, which was to foil the chocolates, and I can't tell you how important this little job is. And Elsa rocked at it. Even when the machine broke down, she handled the work perfectly well. Elsa did not just do her job, she did it with all her mind and heart. I mean, just look at her being so careful with each of those lovely treats.
One that you are packing, try to put it nicely. Put it nicely. Nicely. Okay.
From here, the chocolates move along the conveyor belt, and you can see Elsa's deft hands at work.
I was really happy to see the dedication to the quality and the chocolates. They know that a customer is getting that box at the end of the day.
Behind all the sweetness lay some really worrying issues.
Where are you from, Elsa?
From El Salvador, Central America.
How long have you been here?
24 years.
Yes, Elsa had to leave her home in El Salvador and make a move without her family tagging along. It has now been 24 long years, and here she was rocking the chocolate aisles like no other. With that, let's now cut to the big moment, which is time for the reveal. None of the employees could believe their eyes, but Kristen had only praise and appreciation for each of them. And of course, the most wonderful reaction was this.
Do I look familiar?
Yes.
You can see that her eyes spoke the truth and revealed her feelings when the big boss dropped a really big surprise on her. Check it out right here.
So we're gonna pay for you and your boys to go back to El Salvador.
Oh my God.
For your 60th birthday.
And not just that, Kristen granted her the tuition fee for her grandson's last 2 years of his college. She even took the initiative to make a better environment for her. Well, so that's a wrap for today. So which of these moments was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, guys. From a dispatch employee who gets aggressive with a customer over a call to a workshop employee who cuts corners on fixing, this video is going to cover some of the rudest and most idiotic employees who have ever been on Undercover Boss. Now, this one's going to be one hell of a ride. Let's kick it off with this owner of a luxury chauffeur transportation service that has locations in over 700 cities worldwide going undercover. David Seelinger, chairman and CEO of Empire CLS, was this episode's boss, and he was going undercover to figure out whether his company was running smoothly.
They're going to see me sort of preppy. I don't know how they'll spot me looking like that.
His first destination? Affiliate to Las Vegas, and he's gonna do some chauffeuring. But Seelinger off to a rocky start.
You're not picking up a corp, you're picking up somebody that's alive. Smile.
He was out with Jackie to pick up the first customer, and Seelinger was not exactly getting the picture. But once the customer inside the car, it was a mess.
Okay. Watch your speed, don't you have clients? Watch your speed.
Okay, you should have said watch your head.
Damn, and that happened just after the warning Jackie gave. His driving skills were horrible. Jackie was not impressed.
You cannot chew gum, drive, talk to the customers at the same time because it will be a fatality.
She's not wrong. Things could have gone horribly wrong. But hey, things take a turn for the worse when Seelinger heads out to Secaucus, New Jersey to work at the Empire CLS headquarters. He was quite excited about this job since he felt this was an area of his business that he didn't have much hands-on experience with. Uh-oh, looks like the employees are gonna have to watch out for this, and Seelinger is gonna be extra aware of everything that was going on there. Sometime later, Seelinger's on the grind at the Logistics Dispatch Center, where they handle customers like it's the heart and soul of the company. They're teaming up with Anthony, a seasoned dispatcher, to pick up the tricks of the trade. Right off the bat, Seelinger's totally vibing with how Anthony gets things done.
The perfect dispatcher is somebody that can juggle a lot of things at one time.
Let me see if I can get you a price on that, all right?
Now, Anthony gives a demo to Seelinger before letting him handle a customer call. This is when a customer calls in saying they have to make another stop. The customer explains his situation, and Anthony asks the customer to put the chauffeur on the line. This is when Anthony has a sudden shift in his attitude.
Yeah. Is this on the way to his house? You don't have me on speakerphone, do you? I want to talk to you, not him.
He tells the chauffeur to take him off speaker since he only wants to speak to the chauffeur himself. Seelinger looks quite shocked at this rude attitude of Anthony's. Since the customer is asking for an extra stop, it definitely does cause a delay in the travel, but the customer requests this since he was a long-standing customer of the company. Despite this, Anthony doesn't seem to get it.
I'm adding an extra stop. There's no question within my mind. But it's on the way home. You're lying to me.
That's right, he calls him a liar. This guy was just asking to be fired. Luckily for him, Seelinger actually hears his story out, which ultimately lets him keep his job. This guy just cut it too close. After that, we have Mitchell B. Modell, the owner and CEO of Modell's Sporting Goods, who was featured in the first episode of the 4th season. He appreciates how well he takes his job, but was still curious as to why the store wasn't doing as well as the others. So this is when he finally gets a proper answer. You see, this store wasn't getting any high-end sneakers. What was even worse is that James had done his part of informing the helpline about the lack of stock, but to his surprise,
knowing what she's going to be going home to. It literally broke my heart.
He was in tears, and to be honest, anyone would after hearing that for sure. He knew he had to do something about it, so what he does next is shocking. That sure gotta do it. But hey, let's keep things moving. This next CEO is not the one to go undercover, but instead, the Chief Talent Officer of Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen, Lynn Zappone, is the one to go undercover during the 6th episode of the 3rd season. At the time of the episode, Zappone was fairly new to the company, and Hawkins didn't really have any real experience. His reaction to this is just priceless.
I forgot. What, girl, you forgot just that fast? I be what they ain't.
Aaron then starts to go on a rant, and trust me, he shouldn't have gone on this one.
This complete and total for no reason. Like, what are you mad about?
He did not like the corporate world that controlled the chains and was very vocal about how he disapproved of his bosses who wore suits and walked around all haughty. Little did he know he was directly talking to one of them. Next up, this employee has a different approach when it comes to training newcomers. The boss is shocked to see that such an employee is working at his establishment.
So, like this right here, because nobody is like in here, I would sweep that up.
Okay.
You can do it.
This was the 5th episode of the 5th season of Undercover Boss, and the company for this episode was Menchie's, a self-serve frozen yogurt chain based out of Encino, California. Menchie's has locations in over 35 states in the US and in over 8 countries. The man leading this company was Amit Kleinberger. Kleinberger goes undercover as Alan Stein, an aspiring entrepreneur on a TV show looking for experience to start his own business. The camera crew were all set up under this ruse, and a fake host was even hired for this task. Quite the commitment to make sure things are low-key. After his first job in Seattle, Washington, Kleinberger heads out to Bonnie Lake in Washington to shadow yet another shift leader. Kleinberger is assigned to Drew, a shift leader working at the location. As Drew starts to explain the do's and don'ts of the job, Kleinberger is upset with the lack of enthusiasm that she explains with. She tells Kleinberger in the most boring tone about how things were going to work, and this has left Kleinberger in an annoyed state. Drew sure is pushing the boss's buttons without even realizing it. Since the customer walks in, Drew takes this chance to give a demo of what was supposed to be done and how. After this, Drew turns around to Kleinberger and tells him the importance of having to always keep a smile while on the job. But this is when Drew says something that will shock you.
Pretty people should not do anything.
Yeah, I plan to marry a plastic surgeon and not have to do anything.
You want to marry a plastic surgeon?
Yeah.
That was Drew's attempt at cracking a joke, but Kleinberger doesn't seem to be too impressed by her. Behind the cameras, Drew says that talking to Kleinberger is like talking to a wall. No way to be talking about the CEO, especially not behind his back and on camera. Drew then explains some more parts of the job, and then tells Kleinberger to start sweeping the place while singing songs about how she doesn't want to work. Mind you that she's saying all this out loud while the customers are present. Kleinberger puts his complete effort into the jobs he's given, but Drew? She didn't seem too interested.
Working the front of the house, I'm cleaning tables, cleaning the machines from the front, the drip trays, just taking care of the front of house.
She doesn't glance over or even give him any instructions on how to do the job properly. All she had done was given a briefing and then asked a newbie to clean up. This was no way for an existing employee to talk to a new one. The two of them go about the different parts of the job, and Kleinberger comes to the realization that he wasn't learning anything on the job. Drew constantly kept dropping hints at what she wanted him to do while she stood around bossing him. Kleinberger is pissed off, and he's disappointed that this was the way that his employees were being trained. After Kleinberger and Drew go drop off some of the garbage, the two return to the store to continue their shifts. During this, Drew says this to Kleinberger, and he will not believe it.
Working here at Menchie's pretty much sucks. That's not my favorite.
She thinks it's completely okay to badmouth the same company she's working for. Can you believe that? The hypocrisy is unbelievable. But she doesn't stop there. You gotta hear what she says next.
Really?
I feel like pretty people shouldn't have to do anything.
Drew tells Kleinberger that pretty people shouldn't be allowed to do anything, and all Kleinberger can do is laugh at this statement. No employee has ever looked right in the eye of the boss and uttered these words. Drew sure is an example of a terrible employee. Following that mess of an employee, we have another one who managed to get on the wrong side of the boss when he tells the boss of something shocking. In the 4th episode of the 6th season, the president of Mako, an automotive car franchise, goes undercover to see if his company was functioning like a well-oiled engine. Jose Costa, the president of the company, was controlling over 480 shops throughout the US and more in Canada. Costa had made his way into the business after coming to the US as an immigrant. Despite being the president of an automotive shop franchise, Costa didn't have much experience with cars. Looks like his time undercover is gonna be tough.
I was shocked. I was expecting a younger person, but everybody gets a chance.
Despite this, Costa was given the position because of his talents, and this says a lot about him as a person. While going undercover, Costa's concerns are on how well the employees and franchises were following the company's guidelines.
Airtime on this fender, you get a half an hour to fix that.
Like most of the episodes, Costa was going undercover as an Argentinian entrepreneur on a TV show trying to win his own business. Costa makes sure his disguise is believable, and then he's all set for his undercover job. Costa makes his way to his first job in Orlando, Florida, where he would be working as a body technician. Costa had particularly chosen this franchise since they had the best reviews for body detailing and ranked number 9 on the overall list. Costa is paired with Jim, a body technician working at the franchise. Costa makes it very clear to the camera that he was indeed nervous about the job since he had no prior experience in such a field. The two meet and Jim doesn't waste any time and instructs Costa to first go and change into the uniform. Jim then brings Costa over to the first car that he would work on and explains to him what all needed to be done for the job. Each dent and scratch that were on the car had to be cleared off within a specific amount of time. Otherwise, a body tech could be stuck on the same work for several hours, and since the employees were getting paid for the work they do and not the amount of time they work, time was money. Jim makes it clear that Costa gets what he's talking about.
Time is money, time is money. If you want to make more, you have to work more.
After this, the two of them get to work and Costa seems to be doing okay in his job. Meanwhile, Jim watches over Costa to make sure that the work is done right and on time. Costa is given a car all to himself to work on, and Jim comes and goes as he checks on the work being done. While sanding the car that he is given, Costa messes up, and Jim says that his 3-year-old child could do better. Jim struggles to put it as nicely as possible when it comes to telling Costa that he sucked. This is when Jim comes back around to the point of managing time and blurts out something he shouldn't have.
What you can get away with when it's painted, you know what? Not every dent has to be 100%.
Costa is disappointed when he hears this and even questions Jim. Jim replies telling him that cutting corners sometimes is alright, as long as the work is completed on time. Looks like Jim's got his time management down, but his ethics are still lacking a lot to be desired. This next episode is slightly different from the remaining ones, since the owner and CEO himself did not go undercover, but instead, he sent his chief operating officer who also happens to be his daughter. This was the 6th episode of the 4th season.
The chief operating officer of the company.
Tina Chu, the COO of Mandarin Restaurants, decided that she would go undercover in her father's place since he was way too recognizable. Tina goes undercover as Jenny, who is on a reality show as a trainee.
I'm looking for Stone.
Yes, I am.
Oh, hi, I'm Jenny. I'm gonna work with you today.
How are you? Welcome to Mandarin.
Oh, thanks.
For her 3rd job, Jenny heads to Oshawa, Ontario to work alongside one of the chefs. This was the most important part of the restaurant, since the food determined everything. Jenny starts her work with one of the chefs, Stone, and right off the bat, Jenny doesn't have a proper hang of her cooking skills. This is seen when Stone demonstrates how to cut the vegetables, and Jenny manages to cut her finger. Stone wasn't too impressed.
What's your stomach?
I'm finding it difficult to cut the vegetables evenly.
The two of them then move over to the next preparation, which are the wontons. This job is so easy to Stone that he gives Jenny a challenge to complete wrapping 50 wontons in a matter of just 5 minutes. Mind you, this was no simple feat, but Stone seemed to be okay with Jenny working at her own pace. Without wasting any time, Stone moves on to the next dish, which was the soft noodles. This is when things start to get heated.
I made a fire.
Jenny takes over after Stone's demonstration, but cooking with a wok is no joke, and Jenny fails miserably. She even sets the wok on fire. If Stone hadn't stepped in, things could have gone terribly wrong. Man, Stone's definitely getting a raise after that one. Stone slowly starts to get weary of Jenny, and then reluctantly decides to teach her one of their specials, which is the Mongolian beef dish. After cooking up a serving, Stone tastes her dish, and things weren't looking good. You saw that right. He literally spits it out and tells Jenny that her cooking was inedible. The dish was so bad that Stone had to put Jenny's work on hold and continue his work. Otherwise, he would just be looking after her. Talk about being the owner and getting fired. Things sure got heated in this kitchen. Last but not least, this next employee takes it a bit too far when it comes to games. The boss is so infuriated that he immediately phones it in.
The way he approached and interacted with the girls, it's really not acceptable behavior. I think it is a serious matter. I think it needs some immediate action.
In the second episode of the first season, the CEO of Hooters, Kobe Brooks, goes undercover to see if his company was operating within the same high standards. Headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, Hooters was one of the largest growing restaurants in the U.S. The company was started by Brooks' father in 1983, and the company had over 400 locations at the time of the episode. Since Hooters focused on employing women waiters, this had caused the name of Hooters to only be associated with women in short shorts. This meant that the company was falling behind in sales, and this is what Brooks wanted to find a solution for by going undercover. For his first job, Brooks heads out to Dallas, Texas, where he would be working in the kitchen helping out in the service. Little does Brooks realize that the day he would work was going to be super hectic.
There we go. I got it.
Brooks has a hard time managing to do all of his duties that are given to him, and struggles to keep calm while working, even breaking some dishes in the process. Brooks learns that the job required an employee to be on call at any point, especially during rush hours. After that, Brooks heads out to South Arlington, Texas to another one of his franchises. Brooks was there to observe the general manager, who was supposed to coach and take care of the employees. The manager at this branch was Jimbo, and his methods were going to be put to the test. Jimbo hands over the uniform to Brooks and then sits down with him to explain what the job was gonna be. Jimbo and Brooks' first job together is inspecting the waitress's dress code. Jimbo brings over Brooks to introduce the girls, but Jimbo gives a nickname for Brooks, which Brooks isn't too happy about.
This is Scotty, okay? You can call him Scooter, all right? AKA Scotty. You with me?
Next we know, Jimbo lines up the women and brings them up one by one. The only disturbing part of this is that Jimbo doesn't check them. He also passes comments on the girls.
My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have.
Brooks is not at all comfortable with the way that Jimbo handles the floor, and his disagreement can be seen on his face.
Let's see.
Although Jimbo is effectively doing his job, the way that he talks to the girls is unacceptable. Brooks is also confused by this very odd approach to doing things. The customers soon pour in and the place starts to get busy. When Brooks spends a little time with the customer's child, Jimbo disapproves and puts him back to work, calling him a rookie. Jimbo also takes complete control over the work environment and keeps the girls for longer periods of time. He doesn't even allow the school-going employees to leave. Instead, Jimbo forces the girls to participate in games of his own creation.
We're going to be following the position of one of our female managers. The female manager has got to have some different obstacles than a male manager. I don't know what those are.
He had decided that the girls would chow down on beans, but only with their mouths. Jimbo had gone too far. With that said, sadly we've come to the end of the video. Which employee did you find to be the worst? Let us know in the comments down below. If you liked our video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys. Get ready for a good laugh and undercover boss when things go terribly wrong.
Here's the rules of my game. The first girl that finishes her plate of beans will go home. You cannot use your hands.
We're diving into hilarious mishaps CEOs face during undercover missions. Watch as top dogs try to blend in, but end up in hilarious situations, showing that even big shots aren't immune to unscripted comedy. And this one definitely wasn't ready for what he was about to see. So meet this person here.
I'm Harlan Kent, President and CEO of Yankee Candle.
He slaps on his mask and goes by the name Dan, all geared up to peep what's actually happening in his company. Dude's like, I'm gonna blend in as a newbie employee in one of our retail joints. You know, all he wanted was to get down and dirty, learn the ropes, and see what his employees were up to.
While undercover, I'll be posing as Dan Johnson, a chef from Cincinnati, Ohio. My coworkers will be told that I'm a contestant on a reality TV show called Second Chances.
Dan's all excited, ready to see the daily hustle and bustle and chat with customers. He gets paired up with this guy named Blaze, who's a store sales associate. Now, Dan's expected to see some amazing dedication and enthusiasm from Blaze, but boy was he in for a surprise.
Guest comes up, you have the chart.
Yep.
And the instructions to make a rainbow. Over here, the biggest pain is just, kids are gonna get messy.
As Dan shadows Blaze, he quickly notices something's off. Blaze isn't exactly jumping with joy to help customers.
These people were incredibly nice.
They're not all gonna be like that.
Dude, it's just little kids. Why? But it's one thing to hate kids, right? but what he does next will have you shook.
Oh my God. They're just gonna do whatever they want.
He did not. Really, dude? What did those little kids even do to you for them to deserve this? And when kids come up, Blaze looks like he'd rather be anywhere else. Talk about a lack of interest, right? And believe it or not, things get even worse. His hatred for kids runs much deeper than we thought, guys, because what he said next is completely out of pocket.
And there has been instances where you're gonna want to strain and slap a kid.
Whoa, buddy, now that's way out of line. Slap a kid? Damn, dude got some serious rage issues, and he needs to keep them in check ASAP. All Kent, aka Dan, ever wanted was his customers happy. And when he heard just how casually Blaze spouts such stuff, Dan couldn't stomach it. But wait, it gets crazier. Blaze's hatred for the kid is apparent, and the dude is violent as hell. Just take a look here.
They'll dip it a million times, leave you a mess like this. As bad as this comes across, sometimes I feel like punching an 8-year-old.
That leaves Dan in a bit of a shock. Nah, hold up, that's definitely an understatement. Because his jaw is on the floor. He's probably thinking, dude, that's not how we do things here. Now Dan's torn, because on one hand, he's loving his interactions with other employees who are totally into their job. On the other hand, he's scratching his head at Blaze's lack of energy. Not just that, but also his rage issues. That's clearly not a suitable trait to have at work.
I'm not sure what exactly it is that's making him angry, but that's not great for all the rest of the team who does think that it's a great place to work.
Dan's had enough. It's time he took action. Things are going to take a wild turn for Blaze, and let's just hope he can handle it. Finally, the day's over, and Dan reveals who he really is to Blaze and the rest of the team. It's like a big reveal moment you'd see in a movie. Dan sits down with Blaze and has a heart-to-heart talk. He's not a happy camper. Nope, he's disappointed.
As you can imagine, Blaze, using inappropriate language, especially in a place where you're trying to create a great atmosphere, that's just the wrong time, wrong place.
But here's the twist. Dan doesn't go all, "you're fired" on Blaze. Nope, he's thinking, let's turn this around. He decides to give Blaze some extra training and guidance.
I'm just trying to figure out a way to help you do something where you're psyched about doing it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
One user even comments how the boss is a true one for giving a second chance without straight up firing, and we can't help but agree. Harlan hoping that with a little TLC, Blaze can become a real asset.
He was genuinely wanting to help me figure out.
And that's a wrap on this adventure. Dan's undercover mission didn't exactly go as planned, but he's turning it into a chance to make things better. Talk about a roller coaster of oops moments, right? Now, Blaze may have been a pain to have as an employee, but the one next on the list is even worse. Stepping into another undercover mission is the big shot of Hooters, Kobe Brooks. And what was his mission? To understand the company from the ground up, all while his coworkers think he's just part of a crew making a documentary about their jobs. At one of the Hooters joints, he meets Jimbo, the manager. He wants to get the scoop on how things are run and how Jimbo's leadership shapes the place. But wait a minute, things start to get awkward. Jimbo's comments about the Hooters girls and his weird ways of doing things leave Brooks feeling less than impressed.
Compliment her on her lack of nails. My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have.
As the day rolls on, Brooks gets more and more uneasy. Jimbo's got these crazy ideas, like a bean eating contest and strange games with the staff.
The first girl that finishes her plate of beans will go home. You cannot use your hands.
And guess what? Brooks is thinking, seriously? Is this what we're doing? He's not a fan of these antics, but he goes along with it for the sake of the show. And if he could, he'd have revealed his identity right then and there to teach that moron a lesson. One user even goes on to say, clearly people are furious, and why wouldn't they be? Jimbo's behavior is completely disgusting, and he has no respect for women. And here's the real kicker. Brooks is struggling inside. He's torn between what Hooters stands for and what he's actually seeing. It's like a clash between the company's values and the reality playing out right in front of him. He's not having it with Jimbo's shenanigans.
The way he approached and interacted with the girls is just really not acceptable behavior. I think it is a serious matter. I think it needs some immediate action.
As the sun sets on his undercover adventure, Brooks takes a moment to think it all through. He's more than just disappointed by Jimbo's behavior and the whole vibe that's been going on. He straight up says that the stuff he witnessed doesn't match up with what Hooters is supposed to be all about. It's time Jimbo's inappropriate behavior comes to an end. Kobe's decided to unveil his mask and reveal his true identity. And guess how Jimbo reacts when he's finally confronted about his behavior.
If I'm too competitive and if I'm too harsh, man, it works.
What was that response? He's asking you to take accountability for your actions and apologize to the women you degraded, and you're here saying completely random, unrelated shit? How does that even make sense? It's when Kobe talks about his own 2 daughters and says how he'd feel uneasy if they worked under someone like Jimbo that he finally realized what he had.
And I took a step back and, okay, I get it.
Also, we can all agree that the dude should have been fired. But hey, it seems like Kobe might not have all the power to do that. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. Jimbo was a handful, wasn't he? But wait till you meet our next employee. Our CEO, Stephen J. Klubik, takes a redo. He's the first person to do it again, and he's all in, learning from past undercover experiences and determined to make a splash, even if it means going to a whole different country. Klubik didn't mess around with his undercover game. He knew he had to get things just right. A stylist worked their magic, giving him a whole new look. And get this, he even got his ears pierced. Talk about going the extra mile to fit his undercover role. So now he's all set, he lands in Mexico, ready to roll. But the first thing on his agenda? Checking out his hotel digs. And whoa, he wasn't too thrilled. The room wasn't up to snuff, and he didn't hold back in letting his feelings known. Housekeeping and maintenance were not doing their best, and he wasn't happy about it at all. All of it was just a big disaster.
Look at this vent. It needs to be wiped down. Absolutely disgusting. Uh-oh. Absolutely filthy.
Time to switch gears. Klubik takes on the front desk job, teaming up with Stephanie. But hold on, things take a serious turn. He stumbles upon a potential problem with how credit card info is being handled.
I'm not aware or informed of that, but here at the hotel, we have to. That's directly from management, and I don't...
Really?
That's a red flag waving high. He's all about sticking to the rules and keeping things ethical and legal.
Diamond Resorts doesn't do that. That's not a policy we live within because what they're doing is wrong.
And then bam, a guest shows up at the front desk with a complaint.
So many little things that I think need addressing.
I was so upset that a guest was mistreated.
This is Klubik's chance to reveal his true identity as the big shot CEO of Diamond Resorts. He spills the beans about all the issues he encountered during his undercover journey. It's like a wake-up call for the staff about maintaining consistent standards and playing by the rules.
I own this place, Stephen J. Klubik. I own Diamond Resorts. I'm not happy. I'm really not happy about this.
This episode gives Klubik a fresh set of eyes on the challenges his company's facing, especially at the Mexico location. It's all about realizing what's really happening and making things better. He's all in, ready to put in the work to bring the property up to the company's high standards. And there you have it. Moments that show even the best undercover missions can go wildly wrong. These stories reveal the real side of bosses, with all the challenges and surprises they face when trying to be regular employees. Stay tuned for more Undercover Boss Insights, where we continue to uncover the intriguing world of business and leadership.
Of building sales and
you can build profit all you want. That's not what I want. It's all about being respectful.
I'm not a slave. I don't work for you. I don't know what to do with some people. I just want to punch them in the face sometimes.
Are you ready for some jaw-dropping, heart-pounding action? Look no further than the latest episode of Undercover Boss, where the CEO himself went undercover to get a first-hand look at the operations of his own company. Brace yourself as we reveal the explosive moment when the undercover boss brutally fired this employee, leaving everyone stunned and speechless. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single moment of this unforgettable episode. Now, whatever made this boss cry at his own company out of disgust? Let's find out. The CEO, Kobe Brooks of Hooters, visited his franchise and was stunned to see how the manager Jimbo, more like Dumbo, treated the girls there. It's unlikely you don't know Hooters, a company based only on 3 principles: chicken wings, beers, and pretty girls. Which means these girls who work there are the company's assets, not just plain employees. But it looks like this manager failed to understand the concept. Jimbo first asked the girls to step forward one by one, and then he proceeded to fire some uncomfortable questions to Scotty, aka Kobe, about how the girls looked.
It looks style to me.
Okay, makeup, is it on?
Yes.
She looks like a Hollywood starlet.
Yes.
Right? Okay, that's what we're looking for.
Jim is straight up ugly with his words. You can see it right here.
Raina? Is that right, Raina?
Compliment her on her lack of nails. My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have. Have a seat.
Jeez, did you see the look on Scotty's face? He was disgusted already by the way Jim treated the girls, but the ugly truth was yet to be revealed. Scotty said that he thought Jim was clear about what the brand was, but he definitely did not know how the brand should be treated. Jimbo was an employee who had a serious attitude problem. Not only did he show a complete lack of respect towards the company and his colleagues, but he openly displayed his hatred for children in front of customers. Can you believe it? This is not only unprofessional, but it's downright alarming. It's no wonder that the CEO had to step in and take action. This kind of behavior cannot and will not be tolerated in any workplace. So let this be a wake-up call to others as well. We must always strive to be kind, respectful, and compassionate, no matter who we're dealing with, because in the end, it's our attitude that defines us and sets us apart from the rest. But that's not the end of Jimbo's story. He was later found bragging to Scotty about how he made the girls play reindeer, and what he said next would disgust you too.
Are you serious? No.
Oh, no. Has a heart attack.
This next clip would make you feel so bad. Now, imagine how the CEO would have felt knowing this was the way his employees were treated here.
Oh, look. Ooh, doggy. Brianna, how are they, baby? Oh, they look tasty. Noon with me.
How would you feel if you were the CEO of this branch? Disgusted but helpless? I know for sure I would have broken my cover and given him one good earful for sure. But Scotty, who tried to keep his, got emotional seeing this.
It's hard for me on this one to bite my tongue. If I could break cover, I would sit down.
And why wouldn't he say that? It was very disrespectful even for me to watch. He just left the place.
Yeah! The things I saw today were inappropriate. They were wrong. I don't want any part of it.
He was so frustrated by that behavior that he called the franchise owner first thing after his shift. And what do you know, Jimbo was obviously getting fired from the job because no one needs his ugly-ass behavior at the restaurant. In the end, Scotty, aka the CEO, called Jimbo to his office, and this is what happened.
Scotty, what's going on, buddy?
Jimbo?
Well, you cannot miss the face he made when he realized he had made a mess.
I am not Scotty.
Okay.
I'm Kobe Brooks, the president and CEO of Hooters of America.
Ah.
But I think by now, we all know what kind of guy Jim is. Obviously, he won't talk straight. And forget about apologizing.
Man, it works. Shame on me if it's a bad thing of being uber competitive. And I do have a track record building sales and
you can build profit all you want. That's not what I want. It's all about being respectful.
I hope he understood that work culture is the main concept here. People should feel safe and loved working with them and not be disrespected like he did. The CEO had to actually tell him that he had 2 daughters, and up until now, he felt fine with them working at Hooters. But knowing there would be managers like Jim, the CEO was now uncomfortable with the idea. And I think it was a nice approach to make the jerk of a manager understand things from another perspective. But in this next episode, things take a whole new turn when the cover finally gets blown.
I've heard terms today that I've never heard before. He is a little bitch. He's definitely made...
Wait until you hear how he made his first impression on his boss.
Like grandma's pancakes. We all know how soft those are.
I was a little bit intimidated by...
If that's how you talk about a man who just wanted to learn a thing or two about the job and was respectful to you, man, you are such a loser. What you're looking at now is an employee who just couldn't keep his disrespect in check. Despite the fact that he was dealing with none other than the CEO of the company, this guy just kept pushing his luck. He disregarded all boundaries and common courtesy and acted as if he was untouchable. But let me tell you, that kind of behavior has consequences. And in this case, it resulted in a brutal firing that left everyone stunned. The CEO by now had enough of him, and low-key thought he was putting on an act. Is it because of the camera? Actually not. He calls the general server manager to have a quick chit-chat about it.
But there's no telling Wes. I just had a mandatory meeting with my friend. Any questions or concerns that I can talk about? one raised their hand.
Everyone is so intimidated by him that when asked if they had any problems, they never answer. She even said the kitchen is the worst, and what followed were so many vile words of abuse. The CEO is actually feeling nostalgic as he remembered the time he was a dishwasher and was a victim of bullying. He was very clear that he won't tolerate something like that happening at his own restaurants. He even said he'd rip off the franchise papers if he needed to, but he'd make sure this stops. This was a boss who believed that he cannot change his past, but could certainly help with someone else's future. Well, how many times do you come across people like this? Rarely. When the boss finally revealed his identity to the bully, his face turned red. But then things took a turn when this ruthless employee was face to face, and the CEO told him he was not very happy about it. He had the audacity to ask him sarcastically if that way of pushy speaking was not allowed. Honestly, what is this man made of? Now that you know who he is, are you still talking back to him? Man, the audacity! Is it for real? Meanwhile, the CEO kept his cool and tried to make him understand the problem here. He stressed especially on the fact that they were high school kids and should be treated well. But what did this jerk have to say? His response will numb you.
I have asked Sean and Red to be here today.
Put him right here.
Please come in.
He asked the franchise owner what should be done, and honestly, I don't think he'd answer anything different other than what we were all thinking at this point. No one should be allowed to treat employees this way, and hence, they had to let him go.
Go on, man.
It's the decision that Sean would like to make.
I'm not gonna change me.
We hope the work environment is better now with no bullying included. Bullying can be a pervasive problem in many areas of life, from schoolyards to workplaces, but regulated and monitored environments might help individuals to avoid feeling judged or pressured, which is exactly what we need in the world today. But this next employee who was good for nothing tried to act up with his boss. Will the boss let it pass, or will he end up taking her case? This one was one hell of a ride. For the uninitiated, retro fitness is a booming business in the fitness industry with over 300,000 members. But one member was about to be brutally sent out from here. Wondering who? Stay tuned to know more.
A reality show to win his own gym.
You definitely cannot expect these lazy people to work because my girl here, the front desk manager Jacqueline, admitted that all she did during her work hours was pass time.
Like this. Here. All right. I'm walking. Hey, how you doing?
Use that while you work?
Yep.
You know what? The concern on the boss's face has me crying, but that's valid. She's on her phone instead of working. Obviously, customers won't approach her because they think she's busy. But she had the nerve to ask what else she was supposed to do, because there's nothing to do unless someone came up and asked for something. But hey, you could do literally anything instead of actually being on the phone. And just like others, she was totally disrespectful towards the undercover boss.
They don't know anything. They don't know how to use a machine, so they're over here looking like doing the machine. And then...
What is this behavior? Insulting people in the people's business? Really? Ma'am, that's a low blow. I hope you realize that.
brain dead if you can't get it. So if you look at that and can't understand it, then you should probably turn around and not do this. All right.
But you know what? This one was hard stuff. What's funny is how the CEO reacted to it.
I realized that maybe we should have renamed it Jacqueline's Juice Bar because it seems like she's got her own way of doing everything.
Fill it to the top.
Right.
Don't overflow it because then you'll make a mess. Put it in the sink. That's the perfect shape.
I noticed that there was like extra in here. Like, what do you guys like make samples out of that? You don't offer it to the member at all? Just
dump it out. If they want it, they can take it, but if not...
Yeah, and she just picked the leftover smoothie in the mixer and dumped it right into the drain. Imagine, the cost was divided through it all, and she had it down the drain?
No, you're gonna do it the way I told you.
The way you told me. Okay, so we want 2 of these from you, right?
Not just that, she spoke ill of him in front of the customers. Who does that?
Standing and rude to me, I really can't stand it.
Oh, I would never be.
Just wait, baby.
One of the other members saw her shouting at him straight up, walked to her and asked her if she was always this mean. Honestly, it was disheartening to watch that the members had to help him out. The workers are the face of the company, and she ain't doing justice to it. And it was not just him. Let's assume for a second that she was just doing her job by correcting him. But wait till you see how she treated the customers.
Your payment. Your payment's overdue. No, you have to pay today.
It's very frustrating for me to listen to this happen, have other people that can hear in an earshot.
And obviously, she doesn't stop there. She continued to be embarrassing.
Yes. Today. Lucky me.
I'm gonna make you the best shake in the world right now.
Just do it.
The members were so disappointed in her, you could almost feel it. And why wouldn't they be? This manager was a menace who in turn acted like a boss. Guess what? She never stopped. She continued screaming at the member, and honestly, I'm having secondhand embarrassment over here. What do you think the CEO should do? He was done with her attitude, and we all know what comes next. The franchise had to know what the management was doing over here. To me, she was a total mess, and all she was doing was to harm the company's reputation. In the end, the reaction the boss had was just as frustrated as she acted on her shifts.
You say right now, none that is going to be acceptable.
Okay.
So you can, don't waste both our time.
Okay.
Because it makes no sense that you would treat someone that way.
You can see how arrogant she was even now. It was like she was hearing it from one ear and letting it off from another. When the boss confronted her about the smoothie she flushed down the drain, she made the most annoying face and was unbothered by it. Honestly, the company is way better off without her. And she did not stop there. She kept arguing, and we all know how things get heated with that.
Person, because you're completely wrong about that.
You told me about you as an employee. I don't know you as a person.
You don't know me exactly.
I don't want to know you.
Okay, well, you know what? That's
You're not my employee.
And this doesn't end here. The manager had zero respect for her boss and even called it unfortunate that he didn't know her as a person.
okay. Well, you know what? That's unfortunate for you.
You're not my employee. You're someone else.
Okay.
Tell me what you think about that as an employee of the company.
Phew. That turned out to be something. But now, let's hear what Bob, the franchise owner, had to say about this.
Like this. I'm disappointed, Jack. We have to part ways.
So do you think she'll ever have a change of heart? Well, of course not. Watch this.
I don't know what you want me to say in that situation.
All right, well, there's one other person that I want to be part of.
Well, good behavior towards customers is a need that cannot be compromised. But this next employee was so brash that in the end, things took a shocking turn.
Ma'am, Elizabeth, you're not letting me talk. You're not letting me talk, so I can't help you, Elizabeth. I'm sorry that you're having a hard time.
Do you think the CEO would accept this behavior towards the customers? Let's find out. Danielle is the escaping operation member at GSI, and the first thing she said to him was that he sounds underconfident and should just fake the confidence like he had been working here for 10 years.
Be the punching bag and take the abuse. You ready to do this? I am. All right, let's do it.
Hit the auto in.
Wow, what kind of advice was that? During a call, the customer had an issue, and while the undercover CEO was talking to her respectfully and trying to understand her point, Danielle told him he was messing up and transferred the call to herself. And what she did was unacceptable. She was very rude to the customer and just wanted to prove her point and not hear the customer at all.
You're not letting me talk. You're not letting me talk, so I can't. I'm sorry that you're having a hard time.
What kind of service is that? Seeing this, the CEO was so annoyed and was doing everything he could to hold back his anger.
Gail was doing right. She had an attitude with customers. We're happy.
I can give you corporate's number if you'd like, so you can contact.
It's no wonder that the CEO went from heartbroken to straight frustrated after that incident. Now, there's a chance that she might have been right and the customer might have been equally rude, but in this case, clearly she was arrogant. He even said that this was her lucky day since they were filming, or else she'd be thrown out of the job at that very moment.
Next time, so the next customer doesn't have to hang up really angry.
Well, I'm thankful she was not as arrogant as the previous and actually trying to prove herself right. Instead, she accepted that what she did was wrong, and I'm sure the boss acknowledged that in return. Hopefully, she will keep all this in mind during her next job. Oh, and he lies! Dude, this is so disrespectful and dumb of him to lie in front of the CEO.
As a delivery driver.
Really?
I don't want to make a deal with you.
Well, he definitely had that. Who do you think was the worst of them all? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you liked our content, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Catch you later, guys.
Could you imagine doing a big job like this and not making one dime? You ready? You pick it up, you grab it.
Do you get paid extra for that?
You know, most places are not paying overtime anymore.
Grab your tissues because today's video will tug your heartstrings as the boss will find out that his employees are not getting paid. Just like in this craziest episode when the CEO of a famous restaurant chain decided to go undercover as a regular employee. And he uncovers some seriously messed up stuff right in his own kitchen.
When was the last time someone said thank you?
Long time, long time.
As he dressed up in a chef's hat and apron, the CEO embarks on this eye-opening journey. And guess what? He comes face to face with a hard-working culinary genius working his butt off in the kitchen. But here's the crazy part. This talented chef is being paid peanuts for all his hard work. Now, hold on to your seats because things are about to get real. This undercover boss ain't gonna let this injustice slide for sure. because he is all about fair compensation and appreciation for those who make our dining experiences extraordinary. So, are you ready to witness the CEO's journey to empower the chef and change their life for the better? Let's get into it. In the video, we get a glimpse of Wayne, the chef who's a total beast when it comes to his work. Despite any challenges, he is super dedicated to his work. One thing that truly stands out is the fact that he's putting in work every week.
How many hours did you do last week?
I'm contracted to do 40, but I've done 40 plus overtime. Totally about 80 hours, you know.
80 hours.
Yes, you heard it right. A whopping 80 hours. Let that sink in for a moment, folks. 80 hours. It's like he never stops hustling, going all out in his craft. But you know what's messed up? Have a look at it for yourself.
Do you get paid extra for that?
You know, most places are not paying overtime anymore.
He's not getting the recognition he deserves, and he's definitely not getting the cash he's earned. It's just sad, dude. Seeing someone work their butt off and not getting the props and rewards they should, it's a real letdown. Dude, when viewers saw what Wayne was going through, they couldn't help but feel sorry for him. I mean, who wouldn't be appalled by the fact that he was busting his ass for 80 hours a week without getting paid what he's worth? It's a total injustice that needs to be called out. Another viewer added, "This is absolutely unacceptable. Wayne deserves to be respected and properly compensated for his hard work. It's high time the owners step up and do right by him. And working 80 hours a week is no joke, my friend. It takes a toll on a person physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's a brutal schedule that leaves zero time for resting, personal time, or having a decent work-life balance. Wayne's dedication and going above and beyond should be freaking celebrated and not taken advantage of. It's a damn shame that he wasn't appreciated for it."
Do you feel appreciated?
Sometimes, not often, you know.
When was the last time someone said thank you?
A long time, you know, long time.
It's true that we all were feeling bad for Wayne, and most of us get how much this must be draining him and hoping he could find a better opportunity elsewhere. Comments like, "I hope Wayne lands a job where his dedication is appreciated and he's given a fair workload," and "He deserves a break and a chance to thrive in an environment that values his hard work," shows that viewers want to see Wayne shine in a supportive and fair setting.
I spent 2 days in this hotel, Wayne, and I left feeling a complete lack of pride in that hotel being in Best Western.
The video is like a wake-up call, shedding light on the challenges faced by hardworking folks like Wayne in the industry. It's all about fair compensation, reasonable work hours, and a work culture that actually gives a damn about its employees. And Wayne's hustle should be recognized and rewarded. It's a reminder that every worker deserves respect and fairness, as many of us could relate to the struggles and few others hope for the best. Hold on tight, because shit gets real when the boss finds out that one of his employees is actually crashing in a damn homeless shelter.
We live in a shelter now. It doesn't
You
even...
live in a shelter? What kind of shelter?
It was way worse than that. We've slept at bus stops. We've been down to where as though we didn't have any money to eat.
Can you believe that bombshell? It's like a punch in the gut, man. It's a harsh reality check that exposes the struggles faced by hardworking folks dealing with homelessness on top of everything else they're dealing with.
Hi, are you the contestant?
I'm the contestant.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Angel.
I said I'm working with you today.
Yes, you are working with me today.
As the undercover boss digs deeper into this employee's story, you realize the weight of their struggles. This employee is busting their ass at work while not even having a stable place to call home.
What I really want you to focus on today, Joey, is customer service, because that's the basis of everything that we do here, okay?
My first impression of Angel is I'm blown away. Do you understanding how important customer service is?
It's both inspiring and absolutely heart-wrenching to see someone give it their all, despite facing such unimaginable challenges.
When I turned 25, I ended up being pregnant. And ever since then, it's just like times have been really, really rough.
This whole thing makes us question what the hell employees are responsible for towards their workers. It's not just about giving a decent paycheck and some basic benefits. It's about creating an environment that genuinely supports and uplifts employees, no matter what they're going through. It's a wake-up call to peel back the layers and see the real-life struggles that often go unnoticed in the workplace. Let me tell you, this revelation hits viewers like a ton of bricks. It's a gut punch that elicits a roller coaster of emotions. Comments start flooding in, expressing shock, empathy, and an urgent need for change. People are saying things like, "Damn, no one should be working full-time and still be homeless. This is messed up." And I hope this episode sparks a damn revolution and makes companies step up their game. But it doesn't stop there. People watching this episode start coming together, sharing ideas and resources to help this employee out. It's a reminder that we're all on this crazy journey called life together, and we gotta have each other's back, especially when shit gets real, and provides her a promotion as the assistant manager with a $40,000 raise.
And that's why I'm promoting you to assistant manager. What? We're giving you a $14,000 raise.
This episode ain't just about one person's struggle, bro. It shines a light on the bigger issue of homelessness and calls out companies to do something about it. It's a call to action, urging employees to step up their game and create an environment that supports the well-being of their employees, no matter what challenges they're facing. As the episode wraps up, viewers are left with a mix of emotions. It's a reminder that life ain't always rainbows and unicorns, but it's also a call to action. We need to keep pushing for a world where hardworking individuals don't have to choose between a job and a roof over their heads. And hey, guess what? The boss doesn't just stop at uncovering the truth. He promotes this employee to assistant manager and hands her a fat check of $250,000.
This is a waiver check for you. Because I want you to move out of there immediately, like tonight. And so I have on me a check for $250,000.
What? No, you cannot be serious.
Yeah, you heard that right. $250,000. That's enough to get her out of that shelter immediately. And of course, he's there to help her in every freaking way possible.
I have a financial advisor that I'm setting up with you, and taxes are taken out, so it's $250,000.
In the end, when he tells her she never has to go back to that shelter, she's over the moon with joy.
And I don't want you to live in that homeless shelter ever again.
It's a powerful reminder to never give up, because better days are always ahead, and we gotta keep fighting for them.
Things get better. As long as you have that drive in there, things are gonna get better. You're gonna be fine.
In a stunning, heartwarming turn of events, Dina Dwyer Owens, chairman and CEO of the Dwyer Group, went on a crazy undercover adventure that changed her employees' lives forever. And let me tell you, it was a wild ride. Dina did some serious plumbing work, lugged around water heaters, and even fixed ovens. She was in the trenches, man. But here's the kicker. Along the way, she met an employee named Wayne, who was getting a raw deal.
My name's Wayne. Huff. Faith Brown. Nice to meet you. You ready to go?
Turns out the finance guy was playing games with their paychecks, giving them way less than they deserved. It was some shady stuff for real.
You expect you made $1,000 this week, you get your check and it's $500. The accountant would say, well, that's the way it's supposed to be, and nah.
Wayne, who worked at Mr. Rooter, was caught up in this mess. He was worried about losing his job, but he decided to speak up anyway. He knew he was getting the short end of the stick and felt like he wasn't being appreciated. It was a tough spot to be in, and his confidence was taking a hit. Now, as Dina went undercover, not everyone knew her true intentions. One of the users, PS9417, who was a keen observer of unusual circumstances, humorously noted, note to self, if you have a new employee who looks like they've never worked a day in their life show up with a camera crew and start asking a bunch of questions, you're probably on a BS reality show. The presence of cameras and unfamiliar faces raised suspicions among some employees, unaware of the transformative impact that awaited them.
Hello, this is Mary.
Hey, it's Dina calling. Seems like there's a compensation issue. The finance guy doesn't seem to have a lot of respect for his opinion.
Can't fix anything if we don't know about it. So
Exactly.
Really
Little did Wayne know, Destiny had something incredible in store for him. Dina, being the badass boss she is, took immediate action when she heard his grievances. Dina assured Wayne that his concerns had been thoroughly investigated, giving him a glimmer of hope. And you won't believe what happened next.
So, how do you feel finding out that I'm not really Faith?
Well, I think I better start putting a resume together because I tend to tell the truth, and that's...
Dina went above and beyond, my friend. She not only fixed the messed up paychecks, but also handed Wayne a whopping $20,000 for a down payment on a house. I mean, talk about a life-changing surprise. Wayne was left speechless.
And so we'll take care of all these compensation issues.
Well, thank you.
So what I'd like to do, I'd like to give you $20,000 as a down payment on your new home.
Dina had truly come through for him, no doubt about it. But wait, there's more. Dina's undercover journey led her to meet other incredible employees too. One of them was Jake, a team lead at the Grounds Guys.
Looking for Jake?
Yes, ma'am, that's me.
Oh, hi, I'm Faith Brown.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
This guy had been through some tough times, raising his brothers after his dad tragically took his own life.
My father passed away last year.
You're kidding me.
No, it was suicide. But
Oh my gosh.
sort of helping raising the boys now.
Dina was so inspired by his story that she made him a franchisee and even bought him a brand new truck. Now that's some serious support.
And I think you're a guy who one day would be just the perfect franchisee for Grounds Guys.
That's great. It's amazing.
How would you like a new truck?
I wouldn't know what to say.
We have a new truck waiting for you, and it's big enough to hold all your little brothers.
But it was Wayne, the female technician at Mr. Appliance, who really touched Dina's heart. This little country girl was a total pro, showing professionalism, expertise, and determination. Dina saw how Wayne went above and beyond for her family, even working a second job to save up for her kids' college education.
I have 4 kids.
You have 4 kids? You look old enough to have 4 kids.
Thank you, I'll take it.
Tana seems to be just fine working in a man's world. You know, she cares so much about the customer. She's just a great example of how women can do well in this type of a business.
The big reveal was emotional to say the least. Dina recognized Wayne's incredible potential and set up $10,000 scholarships for each of her children, opening doors for their future success.
I'd like to give you $10,000 to set up a scholarship fund for each one of your children.
And as a token of her gratitude and admiration, Dina surprised Wayne with a cool $25,000 in cash. It was a symbol of appreciation for all her hard work.
Give you $25,000 as a cash reward for being you.
But that's not all, my friends. Dina encouraged Wayne to keep working full-time with the Dwyer Group and even invited her to join an initiative that empowers more women to pursue fulfilling careers within the company.
So what I'd like for you to do is have you spend time with me creating this new program, and you'll get paid. It's $5,000 to help me, reach out maybe to women. I just need your help.
Talk about a major boost. This whole journey was a roller coaster of emotions, man. It showed the power of a boss who genuinely cares about her employees. It's a reminder that good bosses make a real difference. And hey, let's hope other companies take note and step up their game too. The truck driver's encounter with the undercover boss provoked strong reactions from viewers, leaving them feeling both angry and optimistic.
You ready? You pick it up, you grab it. All it takes is just one slip up. You drop it, you can blow my back out, or I could do the same thing to you. Okay, we're turning. Could you imagine doing a big job like this and not making one dime?
Yes, you heard it right. People were so mad and hopeful at the same time. They were furious about how this hard-working dude wasn't getting paid what he deserved. Like seriously, how messed up is that? It just shows that the whole system is broken and needs a major fix. One person went off saying, "It's a total travesty. This guy puts his heart and soul into his job, and he's not getting what he's owed. We gotta change this messed up system." But hold up, it wasn't all bad news. The boss undercover actually listened and was shocked by what he heard.
We've had jobs where we have other agents will go out and say it's like for instance, this is supposed to be 15,000 pounds, right? But, we get out there and it's like 30,000 pounds. I only have room for the 15, so now I have to hire an extra 2-3 guys and go get another truck because I don't want to inconvenience the shipper. Well, the company's not going to pay for that, you know what I mean?
Can you believe it? Finally, some hope. People watching were inspired by the boss's response. He was all about making things right and improving the situation.
But at the end of the day, the driver is the one that has to get a certain amount of pounds to fit in the space on his truck. And if that estimate is off, then his planning for his loads is off. That's something we need to take a hard look at.
It gave everyone a glimmer of hope that things could actually change in the company and the industry as a whole. The viewers' comments were all about cheering on the truck driver. They were blown away by his strength and determination, and they gave props to the undercover boss for stepping up and tackling the issues head-on. People were like, "I hope this meeting brings about the change this dude deserves. He's busting his butt out there, and he deserves fair pay and recognition." And another person was like, "Way to go, boss. It's awesome to see you stepping up and making a positive impact. We're heading in the right direction." This whole thing made it crystal clear that workers everywhere need to be treated fairly and paid what they deserve. It sparked a huge conversation about valuing the hard work of people doing their jobs. Oh, and did you hear? The boss even dropped $10,000 for his kids' education. That's the kind of support workers need.
So we'd like to give you $10,000 to apply for the education of your children.
Thank you.
The viewers' reaction showed that everyone's had enough of the unfairness and demanded change. They want employers to wake up and recognize the value of their employees' hard work. It's time for everyone to get their due and be treated with respect.
You try to put money away to help the kids out with their education stuff. the United family wanting to give us something like this, I think it's amazing. I'll always be in debt and grateful for that.
So to sum it up, that truck driver's encounter with the undercover boss hit viewers right in the feels. It got them all fired up with anger and hope at the same time. It exposed the messed up payment system and started a conversation about making things fair. People were fully behind the truck driver and grateful to the boss for taking action. Everyone wants a workplace where everyone is treated right and paid what they deserve for their hustle. In episode 7 of Undercover Boss Season 3, get ready to meet the Oriental Trading Company. The big shot CEO Sam Taylor decides to ditch his fancy suits and go undercover as a regular employee. Oriental Trading Company sells all sorts of party supplies, crafts, toys, and school stuff at affordable prices. Sam wants to see what it's really like working there, so he starts off at one of their warehouses with Andrew, who's in charge of showing him the ropes.
Are you Andrew?
Yeah, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to the dungeon.
Now, Andrew spills the beans to Sam about the terrible state of the employees at that place.
How long have you been doing this?
Too long for no money.
Despite busting their butts in tough conditions, they're not getting paid enough. Andrew believes they deserve better compensation for all they do for the company.
We're making the same money as a lot of pickers and packers when we have the most physical job in the whole plant.
As Sam and Andrew chat some more, Sam learns about Andrew's personal life and his family.
I got 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. I'm 5.
You don't look old enough to have a daughter 30.
I'm 48 years old. And I have 2 grandbabies, 2 adorable little girls. One's 4 and one's 2.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
They both work their butts off for a few hours until their shift finally ends. But guess what? Even after they punch out, Sam discovers some serious issues that need fixing in the company.
So you can't get in there for the course string?
No, this stays locked. I think it's a bunch of bull.
Andrew straight up tells Sam that he thinks some of the company's policies are just plain unfair. And he's got a point.
What advice would you give to me? As a business owner, starting up a new business?
Be different than OTC.
Nobody likes to be criticized, so it's hard to hear the criticisms about the company, about me.
When the time comes for Sam to reveal his true identity, he pulls a total boss move. He praises Andrew for his hard work and promises to make changes to fix the messed up system. These changes will benefit everyone working in the company.
During the 2 hottest months of the year, we're going to make sports drinks available to every single employee out there in the fulfillment center.
And if you think that's the only change brought by the CEO, that's not true. He implemented a crucial change that every single employee deserved.
Because of the time I spent with you, Drew, I'm going to increase the base pay for our truck loaders by 25 cents an hour.
Wow.
That's a commitment of around $100,000 I'm making to you and the other truck loaders.
Wow, you're really serious.
I'm serious.
But here's the best part. Sam wants to do something special just for Andrew.
So I'm going to put $5,000 in for each grandkid, so $10,000.
But things get even more exciting when he presents him with his ultimate dream present.
I'm going to give you $25,000 so you can buy a car.
No, this has got to be a joke.
Nope, it's true.
It's freaking amazing and heartwarming. The CEO offers to support Andrew's grandkids' education with some cash and throws in a brand new car. Damn, talk about making a difference.
I'm going to be able to have a better ride than what you got now.
Wow, I'm lost for words. It's a blessing what I'm going through.
I mean, seriously, watching this episode gives me goosebumps. It's incredibly admirable what the CEO did for Andrew. He didn't just fix things for the whole company, but also made a direct impact on Andrew's life. Wow, just wow! This mind-blowing revelation lights a fire under everyone. It's all about giving props where they're due and showing mad respect for the hard work that each and every employee brings to the table. So which one of these bosses impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and do subscribe if you haven't already. Well, of course you don't expect your big boss to show up on your daily job every other day. But when that does happen, trust me, the employees are in for a crazy ride. Just like this time when this boss decided to go undercover as Eric and cross paths with an outstanding barback named Kale.
Hey, what's up, man? Kale, nice to meet you. I'm Eric.
Now here's where things get interesting. While Eric was undercover, he noticed some of the Twin Peaks girls being pretty disinterested and lazy.
Don't you girls want to do this?
That's so cute. Fast.
But Kale, on the other hand, was giving it his all. Talk about dedication. As the day unfolded, Eric and Kale got to talking, and Eric was blown away by Kale's aspirations. This guy was studying animation and dreaming big about character development and storytelling.
I could make a living making cartoons. Like, that would be a dream job right there.
He knew it might not be the easiest road to financial success, but his passion was contagious. You gotta admire someone who's willing to chase their dreams no matter what, right? So, feeling inspired by Cale's passion and hard work,
I couldn't help but think of myself when I was that age. I was pursuing my dream just like Cale.
Eric decided to do something truly special. He created a Twin Peaks Employee of the Month pin and handed over the task of designing it to none other than Cale himself.
I'm gonna need some help designing that pin. I think you're the perfect man for the job, Cale.
Can you imagine how he must have felt? But wait, there's more. Now, Eric had another jaw-dropping surprise up his sleeve. When he revealed it, I couldn't believe my eyes. Brace yourself.
I'm gonna make sure you don't have to pay that loan back. All $53,000 of it.
Eric generously offered to pay off Cale's entire $53,000 student loan. Can you believe it? That's like setting someone free from a massive financial burden and paving the way for their dreams to come true. But when Cale found out, he was left completely speechless.
And you have, oh my God. Ugh, doesn't seem.
Emotions were running high, and you could see the gratitude in his eyes. Undercover Boss truly knows how to make a huge impact on people's lives, and this episode is a perfect example of that. It's heartwarming moments like these that make this show so special and unforgettable. Moving on. In this episode, something extraordinary was about to unfold.
Make sure we've got a user-friendly system in the stores.
Great.
Because I think you had a lot of great ideas.
Thank you.
The employees of Donato's Pizza had no idea that this day would be different, as the owner had a secret plan that would leave a lasting impact on one fortunate employee. The owner, driven by a desire to connect with the heart of his company and gain insights into its inner workings, decided to go undercover as an assistant manager at a franchise in Vienna, Virginia. Disguised and ready to embark on this undercover journey, the owner assumed the persona of Kathy and joined the team at the franchise. Working side by side with the dedicated employees, Kathy, the owner in disguise, learned the ropes of making pizzas and ensuring the quality that had been upheld for generations. Throughout the day, Kathy worked closely with a longtime employee named Buffy, who had dedicated herself to the craft of making pizzas. Buffy's passion for the company's traditions and processes was evident as she meticulously weighed ingredients to maintain consistency in every pizza.
Our company have determined what's the best, most perfect amount of sauce, cheese, and toppings.
As the day progressed and the orders poured in, the pressure mounted, and even the most seasoned employees could feel the strain. Buffy, despite her experience, found herself getting flustered as the workload increased. Meanwhile, Kathy, observing from the perspective of an undercover employee, was quick to notice a glaring issue: the outdated online ordering system.
That's a huge problem. So that's one thing I will take back and make sure we talk to our IT department about.
The online system's inefficiency caused some orders to be mishandled, impacting customer satisfaction and the smooth flow of operations. Recognizing the urgency, Kathy made a mental note to address this concern with the company's IT department. Finally, the time for the big reveal arrived. As the day came to a close, Kathy shed her disguise and revealed her true identity as the owner of Donato's Pizza. The employees were stunned and amazed to discover the truth. Emotions ran high as Kathy expressed her gratitude for their hard work and dedication. However, the surprises did not end there. Kathy had prepared something truly life-changing for Buffy. In a heartwarming gesture, Kathy offered Buffy a well-deserved promotion.
You're going to be a general manager.
Are you kidding me?
Congratulations.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
With a generous $17,000 raise.
Also, you will get a $17,000 raise.
Oh my God.
But the surprises didn't stop there.
I want to give you $40,000 so you can help send them to college.
Thank you so much.
Kathy bestowed upon Buffy a staggering $70,000 to help alleviate her debts, including tuition expenses and to take a long-awaited vacation with her mother.
I want to give you $30,000.
Oh my God.
So you can have a place.
Overwhelmed with joy and gratitude, Buffy could hardly believe her good fortune. This unforgettable day had provided her with a fresh start and a newfound sense of relief. It was a testament to the genuine care and appreciation the owner had for the employees who worked tirelessly to make Donato's Pizza a beloved success. As the dust settled on this extraordinary day, the entire team, including Buffy, felt a renewed sense of purpose and pride in being part of the Donato's Pizza family. The Undercover Boss experience had left an indelible mark on everyone involved, creating a powerful bond between the employees and the heart and soul of their company. But in this next heartwarming episode of Undercover Boss, the CEO encounters Catherine, a remarkable lingerie specialist with an impressive degree in fashion. Catherine's passion and expertise in the fashion industry shine through as she expertly guides customers in finding the perfect bras for their unique needs. Despite the CEO's lack of knowledge in this area, Catherine patiently educates him about the various types of bras and the importance of a proper fit, leaving a lasting impression on him.
And they're all different too, right?
Well, yeah, we're all different there.
As the episode progresses, the CEO witnesses firsthand how Catherine's genuine care and dedication make a significant impact on customers, making them feel valued and understood. He's inspired by her commitment to providing exceptional service and her vast knowledge of the lingerie world.
Catherine is just so customer focused, and she just has that way that just puts everybody at ease.
When the time comes for the big reveal, the CEO cannot contain his admiration for Catherine's work ethic and resilience, especially in the face of personal financial challenges. In a touching moment, he surprises her with an extraordinary gift of $100,000 to support her through these tough times. Catherine is overwhelmed with gratitude and disbelief, moved by the CEO's generosity and recognition of her hard work.
$100,000.
No, you're not.
To recoup some of your loss between your house and your business.
The entire team at Lohman's is deeply touched by this angelic act of kindness, and Catherine's fellow employees celebrate the deserving recognition she receives. The CEO's gesture reminds everyone of the positive impact they can have on each other's lives and the power of empathy and appreciation in the workplace. The episode leaves viewers inspired and emotional, witnessing how a CEO's genuine interest in his employees can create a positive and uplifting work environment. It serves as a testament to the value of recognizing and supporting the hardworking individuals who contribute to the success of a company. Ultimately, this heartwarming episode demonstrates the profound influence leaders can have when they genuinely connect with and appreciate their employees. Off to the next captivating episode of Undercover Boss, where the CEO ventures into the bustling world of Menchie's, a popular yogurt outlet in Seattle, to work alongside the dedicated shift leader, Dylan.
Good morning, I'm looking for Dalen. That's me. Nice to meet you. I'm Alan.
From the start, Dylan's passion for Menchie's and his exceptional managerial skills become evident. He efficiently guides the undercover boss through the daily tasks with enthusiasm, emphasizing the importance of customer service and speed.
Once again, fast, fast, fast. There we go.
However, as the day unfolds, Dylan's aspirations and challenges come to light.
What do you want to do? I want to become a dental hygienist.
He dreams of becoming a dental hygienist, but faces financial constraints that hinder his progress. Despite this, he remains dedicated to his job and looks forward to advancing his career.
At 23 and taking care of his daughter. Just keep it moving, keep progressing.
Upon the grand reveal, the CEO is deeply impressed by Dylan's leadership and devotion to the company.
You reflect what I'd like to see in every shift leader. All right.
To show his appreciation, he surprises Dylan with a well-deserved $5,000 raise.
Oh, really? And I'm going to be giving you a $5,000 raise.
And a promotion as the next store manager.
We're going to be promoting you to be the next store manager of Queen Anne.
But the surprises don't end there. The CEO also hands Dylan a generous $10,000 sum to support his dental hygienist schooling, making it clear that the company values and supports its employees' dreams.
I want to give you $10,000 to help you fund your dental hygienist schooling.
The CEO's generosity doesn't stop there. In a touching gesture, he presents Dylan with a brand new car, reducing his daily commute time and enabling him to spend more precious moments with his daughter.
I'd like you to spend more time with your daughter. And I have right here a brand new car waiting for you.
The entire experience leaves Dylan in awe and gratitude, motivating him to strive for even greater success in both his personal and professional life. So these were the times when employees got caught off guard on Undercover Boss. Which reveal moment left you the most surprised? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to catch more exciting content like this, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on our latest videos. Stay tuned for more captivating episodes, and I'll see you in the next one. From quirky delivery drivers to fast food generals with a love for barking orders, and a lousy employee with an attitude as big as a fitness center, get ready to laugh your way through the wacky world of Undercover Bosses. In this episode, we've got not one, not two, but 3 hilarious CEOs going incognito in their own companies. So buckle up and join us on this side-splitting journey through the crazy antics of Undercover Boss. In this humorous episode of Undercover Boss, Chief Brand Officer Sarah Bydorf disguises herself as a delivery driver at Boston Market to gain insights into her restaurants. To her surprise, she encounters a character named Ronnie, known for his non-stop comedic antics and witty remarks. Throughout the episode, Ronnie's lively personality and endless humor keep everyone entertained, adding an unexpected twist to Sarah's undercover mission. As Sarah navigates her role as a delivery driver, Ronnie's contagious laughter and amusing comments make for a truly unforgettable experience on this undercover adventure.
Standard procedure is to greet the customer as they walk in and say, "Hello, welcome to Boston Market," you know, blah, 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 whatever. Because we have to make customers on a pedestal.
Right from the start, Ronnie's big mouth and quirky demeanor were front and center. He couldn't help but rant about the blah 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 procedures and treated the job like he was some diva on a reality TV show. But Sarah, bless her heart, tried to keep a straight face, even as Ronnie bossed people around and made snarky comments about the customers.
Hey, Mitch.
He started saying really negative things about customers, which sends up an immediate red flag.
Children and old people are literally the worst I've ever seen in my entire life.
But oh boy, things took a wild turn when Ronnie went on a tirade about the customers. He openly admitted to hating children and old folks, claiming they just couldn't talk or know what they wanted. Seriously, Ronnie? Major red flag alert. Just when Ronnie thought he was winning at the I hate customers game, Sarah decided it was time to drop the bombshell.
My name is Sarah Bydorf, and I'm the Chief Brand Officer of Boston Market.
Revealing her true identity as the Chief Brand Officer, she gave Ronnie a dose of reality TV he never saw coming. His eyes nearly popped out of his head as he realized his mouth had gotten him into hot water.
Got me.
I did get you. I got you saying a bunch of things about our customers, and you don't seem like you love to serve. So I don't know if this is the business for you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you home for the day.
So that's it? That's all?
Of course, Ronnie tried to play it cool, acting like he had no idea why he was getting the boot.
I would tell him my attitude would change, but like, I don't know, I didn't think it was that terrible.
But Sarah was having none of it. She spoke to the manager, making sure he knew about Ronnie's customer-hating escapades. And that was the end of the road for our diva employee. In the end, laughter and lessons were plentiful. Ronnie got a crash course in customer appreciation, and Sarah got to see firsthand the craziness that can unfold in her own restaurants. In this uproarious episode of Undercover Boss, Eric Cassabury, the CEO of Retro Fitness, goes incognito in his own company as the quirky contestant Barry Gosh on a reality show. During his undercover adventure, he encounters the infamous Jacqueline, a lousy employee with a terrible attitude.
Be obnoxious. I don't work for you. I don't know what to do with some people. I just want to punch them in the face sometimes.
As Eric immerses himself in various roles within the company, he unintentionally discovers Jacqueline's unimpressive work ethic and problematic behavior. The comical interactions between Eric as Barry and Jacqueline make for entertaining and eye-opening moments. Stay tuned to witness how Eric handles this unexpected encounter and what changes he implements to improve his company.
I'm telling you the way people like it.
Okay.
But if you don't want to listen to me, that's all good. You don't have to win. It's all good for me.
I would love to listen to you. I just think that maybe we would go with the code. But
go ahead, go with the code, dude.
The code.
Do it up.
Jacqueline takes bossiness to a whole new level, dishing out orders like she's running a fast food joint instead of a fitness center. Her condescending tone and know-it-all attitude have everyone rolling their eyes, including her own CEO, unbeknownst to her.
You meet her, she seems very nice, you know, these big eyes, and a nice girl, and she's a nice smile, and you think, hey, all is right in the world. And then she opens her mouth, and it's like, you know, the bats from hell start flying out.
As Eric attempts to keep up with Jacqueline's antics at the juice bar, he can't help but snicker at her absurdity. She's so over-the-top bossy that you'd think she was training a platoon of gym soldiers instead of serving up smoothies. But Jacqueline's bossiness doesn't stop there. She goes on a rampage, wasting precious ingredients and instructing newbies to ignore proper procedures, all in the name of doing things her way. Talk about a recipe for disaster.
We're not supposed to put more than what it says on the menu. I always put 2.5. We're not supposed to, but it tastes better, honestly. You don't have to go by the book with every situation in your life.
The menu says medium though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I'm telling you this way. This is how I'm telling
well
you.
Then.
As the big reveal unfolds, Jacqueline's stunned expression says it all. She can't believe she's been mouthing off to the CEO himself. The realization of her actions hits her like a ton of bricks, but instead of showing remorse, she appears defensive and tries to justify her behavior.
First of all, you're coming at me saying that I'm disrespectful to members, which is completely false.
Jacqueline's ego remains intact, and she continues to assert her belief that she knows better than anyone else in the company.
Because, no, don't, like, seriously, I don't.
There's no answer you could possibly say right now to me. None.
I don't know what you want me to say. Sorry.
Eric, now back in his CEO persona, addresses Jacqueline's attitude and behavior head-on. He confronts her about the way she treats her colleagues and the lack of respect she shows to everyone around her. Jacqueline initially tries to brush it off, but the evidence from their interactions on the show is too glaring to ignore. During the candid conversation, Eric shares his disappointment in Jacqueline's conduct and explains how her attitude negatively impacts the team's morale and productivity. He also expresses his belief in giving second chances and offers her an opportunity to change her ways and become a positive influence in the company.
You did it in front of the CEO
But I
of the
didn't
company.
know it was him, obviously. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have acted that way.
That makes it worse. That you didn't know it was him. Obviously, you wouldn't do it if it was him.
Whether Jacqueline takes the opportunity to learn from this experience and make a positive change, or remains stubborn and unchanged, the comical and eye-opening encounter leaves a lasting impression on both the CEO and the viewers. The episode serves as a lesson in humility and the importance of treating others with respect, regardless of their position within the company. Even face-to-face with the top dog, Jacqueline remains stubborn as ever, refusing to back down from her bossy ways. But Eric has seen enough. Her antics won't fly in his gym.
You have to part ways. There's nothing else I could do.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
With this hysterical experience under his belt, Eric realizes the importance of weeding out lousy employees like Jacqueline.
And yeah, maybe I dropped. Sorry. God bit me, seriously. Like, I can't even deal.
He's determined to bring some fun, positivity, and respect back into his fitness empire. And let's face it, with characters like Jacqueline, the laughs are never in short supply. Next up, we follow Rick Silva, the president and CEO of Checkers and Rallies, as he ventures undercover to experience life within one of his fast food chain restaurants. As Rick dons his disguise, he quickly discovers the restaurant's bossy general manager, who seems to have taken Bossy to a whole new level.
How we doing on meat, guys? How we doing?
Sorry, I'm slowing you down, aren't I?
Yeah.
With an iron fist, the general manager barks orders left and right, leaving employees feeling demoralized and frustrated.
How late can you stay?
I got an axe.
What? Step aside, make your phone call, ask.
Rick witnesses firsthand how this domineering approach affects the team's morale, and it's no surprise that the working conditions are far from pleasant.
Hi.
Sir.
I need you to drop the phone right now for the next trade.
No problem, sir. I have something down now.
Amidst the chaos, one employee stands out, the ever-patient and good-natured Todd. Despite the relentless bossiness, Todd manages to maintain his composure and treat everyone with respect and kindness. He becomes a beacon of light in the midst of the general manager's storm. As Rick continues to observe, he learns from Todd's co-workers that the general manager's behavior has created a toxic work environment. It's clear that a change is desperately needed.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Of course.
What excuse is there to talk to people without being respectful to them?
I don't think I was disrespectful. You have to talk up.
Why would I want to work for you with the way you talk to people inside there?
Unable to hold back any longer, Rick decides to confront the general manager directly. In a heart-to-heart conversation, Rick tries to address the issue and make him understand the consequences of his bossy demeanor. However, much to everyone's surprise, the general manager remains defiant and refuses to change his ways. Despite the CEO's attempts to reason with him, it becomes evident that he is not the right fit for the position.
Have you been in the fast food business before?
No, I haven't. I've studied the restaurant business.
No, not studied. Have you any experience in the restaurant business?
I'll tell you exactly. I have been in the restaurant business for over 20 years. I'm CEO for this company.
In a dramatic turn of events, Rick ultimately decides to take action and terminates the general manager's employment on the spot. The restaurant erupts with a mixture of shock and relief as the bossy reign comes to an end.
Right now, you're not doing the job to our standard, and so you don't belong in that restaurant. Right here, right now, we're going to shut the restaurant down.
As the episode unfolds, viewers are treated to a combination of comedic moments and a valuable lesson about the importance of leadership and treating employees with respect. Todd's unwavering kindness shines through, proving that a positive attitude can overcome even the most bossy of situations. With the general manager gone, the future looks brighter for the restaurant and its hard-working team. In this wild and crazy episode of Undercover Boss, Jane Grody-Abel, the badass chairman of Donato's Pizza Works, goes undercover at her own company and meets the delivery driver, Aaron. She initially thinks he's the perfect driver. As they hit the road for some deliveries, Aaron's delivery skills seem top-notch. Jane is like, hell yeah, this dude's got it, when they deliver to a customer named Mark.
Hey, what's up, Mark? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Aaron smoothly interacts with the customer, addressing him by name, and even scores a fat tip. But then, after the delivery, Aaron suggests they rush back, and Jane's like, come on, let's hustle. That's when Jane was like how perfect he is for the job. But things take a drafting shift, and you won't believe it. As they chat during the ride, Aaron spills the beans on his not-so-cool habits. Turns out, when he gets some extra time on his hands, he joins customers to smoke pot.
You would encounter some really weird stuff. A lot of people smoke pot and they will invite me to come in for a little bit, and if I'm not very busy and I don't need to be super focused really, then I'll kind of indulge.
You do not.
Jane is pissed off, feeling totally betrayed.
I can't think of another time I've been this disappointed. When you see so much hope and potential in someone, it feels like betrayal.
She confronts Aaron about it, and it looks like she might have to let him go.
I'm very upset. I can't believe you would, in your Donato's uniform, do something that's illegal. Well, you know I have to let you go as a delivery driver.
Really?
But hold on. She sees potential in this guy, and she's willing to give him a second chance if he can pass a drug test in 30 days.
I'm going to give you a second chance. If you can take a drug test in 30 days and come back and work in the kitchen.
Wow. Would really appreciate that.
Aaron agrees to the deal, promising to prove that he's worth that second shot. Jane's like, all right, you better not mess this up. She tells him he can work in the kitchen while he proves himself.
Don't let me down.
I won't.
Don't let yourself down.
I'm not going to let you down.
Jane's got a soft spot for Aaron, and despite her anger, she wants to see him turn things around.
I thank her for giving me the chance that she's giving me, and I think in the long run, I'm going to show her how much I appreciate it.
In the end, this Undercover Boss episode is one hell of a roller coaster ride, with Jane having to change and make tough decisions, but she chose to make the right one. In this hysterical journey through the world of corporate undercover, CEOs discover the power of humor and empathy. Thanks for joining me on this hilarious adventure, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fun-filled videos. Stay tuned, because there's always more laughter and insight to come. When hiring someone, the worst thing you can do is to pick someone who's straight up rude. Well, I'm pretty sure no one has time for that kind of negativity. But what if the boss decides to go undercover to teach these creeps a good lesson? Well, this employee made everyone throw their claws at her. I mean, that's how frustrating she was. Turns out, apart from being Retro Fitness's manager, Jacqueline was also foul-mouthed. So let's head straight to this gym stationed in New Jersey with over 300,000 members. But wait till you meet the person who's running the place.
I'm Eric Casabiri. I'm the founder and CEO of Retro Fitness. Retro Fitness started out of frustration.
Just one guy? Running the entire place? Damn, now that's what a superhero looks like. Now our boss here is to check everything out and see how the employees are doing, and much to his dismay, one employee, aka Jacqueline, seems to have caught his eye. And well, it wasn't for all the right reasons. I mean, just take a look at this guy, you guys.
Some of that.
Right.
You know, but most of the time I'm kind of just like this. Here, all right.
So let me get this straight. Jacqueline had zero interest in the job, but she stuck to it anyway. Like seriously, this woman was absolutely unbothered by the business. What's more, she'd also turned the workplace into her personal space.
Taking pictures of myself. You can run your gym the way you want it to run.
You guys have to see Eric's reaction. It simply says it all. If you ask me, I think dude was questioning everything around him.
You can have your employees not take out their phone and take selfies all day, but that's what I like to do.
If someone may have a question.
I mean, any sane person would have had the same reaction. To make matters worse, the way she talks about her customers is just appalling. Like, excuse me? Don't forget, these people are the ones who drive the business, without whom you wouldn't even have the job in the first place. But you know what? Her attitude never failed to surprise me.
Be obnoxious. I'm not a slave. I don't work for you. I don't know what to do with some people. I just want to punch them in the face sometimes.
Wow, did she just say that? I can literally feel my blood boil. Like, has she always been like this? Not only is she hateful, but also wasteful, don't you think?
You guys
I dump
make
it out.
samples out of that? You don't offer it to the member
Nope,
at all? You just
dump it out.
dump it out.
If they want it, they can take it, but if not, oh well.
Damn, that's a load of profit she just threw down the drain. What's more, she decided to be this total jerk to Eric, the boss who'd shown up as Barry. And yes, people had started to notice.
No, you're gonna do it the way I told you.
The way you told me. Okay, so we want 2 of these from you, right?
That's not a full
1.5. Okay.
But you're not gonna believe what she had to say about Barry.
I've been here for 2 years. You're so condescending and rude to me, I really can't stand it.
That's ironic. One user even pointed out saying how painful it was to watch Jackie being this mean biatch. Anyway, when confronted about her behavior by one of the customers, this is what happened.
I'm never mean. I'm not being mean.
Eric finally had enough. And Jackie, honey, I hope you're all ready for what's about to happen, because it looks like you've ticked off the boss real bad. So Jackie was called over to the head office to share her feedback about Barry. And well, let's just say she wasn't all that sweet.
Rude. Condescending.
Really?
Yep, she didn't have anything nice to say about him. But guess how she reacted when Eric revealed the truth?
Got the same eyes.
What's more, when he confronted her about her attitude, instead of taking accountability, she had the audacity to deny it. Finally, here comes the moment we've all been waiting for.
I can't make it any more clear. I can't have you behind the counter like this. I'm disappointed, Jack. You have to part ways. There's nothing else I could do.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Whew, that was so satisfying. Finally, some justice served. Now, Jacqueline can go and be an awful person somewhere else while we talk about the next employee who's probably even worse than her. Nested at the heart of Ohio, this restaurant chain is a beehive of 5,000 employees. Now that speaks of success. Our main man, aka founder of Buffalo Wings and Rings, Nader Masada, decided to go undercover as Pete, a new recruit to see how things are rolling. And what he found was a complete disaster. Who's to blame here, you might ask? Buddy Boy Wes, the culprit behind everyone having a hard time. I mean, just take a look at what he says about Pete.
Pete is dressed like a dork. He's got the scumbag gold chain. He seems very soft, like grandma's pancakes. And we all know how soft those are.
Man, Wes is totally the opposite of what a solid employee should be. His cocky vibes and that whole I'm better than everyone attitude was totally messing him up for real. He's not wrong about this one thing, though.
You're gonna need a really strong fire to win this and put up with me.
This dude not only was intimidating, he also had this superiority complex paired with a habit of making inappropriate comments.
You look like a pretty lonely guy. You probably should have some pretty good wrist action.
Did he really say that, or am I just tripping? It's one thing to be cocky, but to make such vile comments? Man, this dude has no boundaries whatsoever. And oh, it doesn't stop there.
You want this floor so clean, you would have sex on it.
On the floor?
Oh, yeah.
That's one way to tell someone to mop. This guy was so over his head that he forgot how to talk to someone without calling him names and making them feel small. The arrogance, I tell ya. You see, Pete was left all alone to handle the order despite being new to the gig, while Wes belted out instructions just once.
I'm gonna task you with this.
All of it?
All of it.
You can count on me.
But Buddy Boy here expected Pete to magically pull everything together. And to make things worse, he made snarky remarks like this.
Well, maybe I'll just have Pete make all your food next time.
I'm sorry, I'll keep trying.
Whatever, man.
But wait, why was Pete apologizing when it was Wes who failed to do his job properly? The urgency, the snarky remarks, and Wes's inability to take things slow was what led to Pete failing to have everything ready. While he was busy picking at Pete's faults, he failed to see his own.
Food? He's cost us money? He's pissed off customers?
I swear to God, this guy here triggered my rage so bad I had to cool off for a sec.
Let's go right here. Don't please tell me you know how to use a microwave.
I do.
You might be the biggest D-bag in history.
Clearly, he doesn't have even an ounce of decency. He's all about fear is power, using it to make people respect him and keep them in line. But he's forgetting that fear's only good for so long. Once the staff has had their fill, they'll totally tear him apart for treating them like crap. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. This viewer right here chipped in saying, fear doesn't equal respect. And dudes, amen to that. Pete was clearly upset and couldn't believe Wes was for real, and so he called Red.
Is he just putting an act on?
No, that's him. He has no respect for anybody in that restaurant.
Looks like Nader has had enough. It was now time to take action and show who the real boss is, both literally and ironically.
My name is Nader Masadi, and I'm the president and CEO. I have been undercover for this past week in my own company.
Okay.
Nader confronted Wes not only about being too intimidating, but also about the lewd comments he made occasionally. And boy, was his response revolting.
I'm not their dada. I'm not their guidance counselor. I'm their manager.
Okay.
Even when confronted by his staff members, he remained the pathetic loser, refusing to take accountability for his actions. He finally had what's coming for him at the end.
I think I would have a better chance at success if we separate ways.
So I'm gone then.
Ouch, that's gotta sting his ego. Now, Wes was a real pain in the ass, but the next guy, he's on a whole new level of trouble. I'd even go as far as to say he's the definition of it. Now, we all know or have at least heard about Hooters. Sitting in Arkansas, it's considered one of the biggest restaurant chains in the world. And the man behind its success? Well, let's take a moment to meet the boss.
Hi, welcome to Hooters!
He may be the boss, but the real stars of the show are the female employees. Yep, without them, the company would have been on the ground. So, what's really boggling is that this boss acted like a total jerk towards them. So, our big boss takes over the disguise of Scotty, who's there to assist the general manager Jimbo. Now, here's a little glimpse into Jimbo's life.
We're looking at the hair. Is it styled?
It looks styled to me.
Okay. She looks like a Hollywood starlet.
Yes.
Right?
Now, I don't know about you, but the way he's talking surely gave me the jitters. And if that wasn't bad enough, he had a lot more to say.
My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have.
Jimbo made it very clear that, we are about the Hooters girl.
With all due respect, the only thing non-glamorous is your face and that stinky mouth of yours. Like seriously, his comments were absolutely disrespectful. But what he does next is just straight up appalling. He knows damn well that the ladies are tired and are just waiting to catch a breather. But this comes at a horrible price.
Maybe we'll do a bean eating contest, all right? Maybe we'll get all the girls, shove their faces down in the beans and have them clean it up.
For real, man. I mean, he's clearly dead in the brain. There's no other way to explain his idiocracy. But hey, we can tell Kobe was super uncomfortable with his behavior, and can you blame him?
Girls are spoiled, man, so they're all prima donnas.
It's disheartening.
Not only was it upsetting to Kobe, but also to the girls. Obviously, how else would you expect them to react? But right now, it's Jimbo's world, and here's what happened.
Go! Oh, get some of that. Oh, look. Ooh, doggy.
Simply put, the way the girls were treated were disgusting, if not heartbreaking. They deserve the utmost respect, but I guess Jimbo had no idea what that means. Well, I guess it's time to put Jimbo in his place.
It's Kobe. You've got a manager there in the Dallas market that the way he approached and interacted with the girls, it's really not acceptable behavior.
And when Kobe dropped the truth bomb, Jimbo struggled to remain calm.
I am not Scotty.
Okay.
I'm Kobe Brooks, the president and CEO of Hooters of America.
Ah.
When confronted about his inappropriate behavior, you won't believe what he said.
If I'm too competitive and if I'm too harsh, man, it works.
Buddy, what are you even talking about? Did he even listen to Kobe? He's asking you to apologize to the employees, and you're sitting here spewing out absolute BS? No one cares about your track record, bro, so stop it already. It's the way you treat people that's the problem. Well, unlike the rest of the pricks we talked about today, he at least made an effort.
I get what he says, and yeah, I'll make it happen.
But the question is, does it cut it? What he made his female employees do was absolutely degrading, and I doubt anything he does now can make up for it. Bosses like Kobe and the rest are the reason why we can still have faith in our jobs. So, what were your thoughts? Could things have played out differently? If you think I missed your favorite moment, don't forget to leave a comment below. And if you liked our video, make sure to click the thumbs up icon and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on the latest video. See you in the next one. Today, we're diving into an episode of Undercover Boss that unravels a shocking truth. Employees who pour their heart and soul into their work but aren't receiving their fair share. Tune in to witness the raw emotions as gratitude mixes with frustration when the truth unfolds. Will the undercover boss be moved by their employees' struggles and take meaningful action? Or will this be just another moment of corporate reality? In the bustling world of Mr. Rooter, a company that handles plumbing, electricals, appliance work, and landscaping, Dina held a significant role as an upper management owner. As someone with considerable authority and responsibilities, she was no stranger to the intricacies of running a successful business. A dedicated and passionate employee would lead her to a profound revelation about the emotional connections some workers have with their job and the unsettling truths that are hidden behind them. Rooters, as I know them, operate on a value-based culture of respect and integrity. However, in corporate expansion and hustling, it lost the basic component of caring for its employees.
My name's Wayne. Huff. Faith Brown. Nice to meet you. You ready to go?
Wayne shared his love for the job, revealing an emotional bond he had formed with the work he performed daily.
So what do you like?
Mr. Rooter's kind of sentimental to me. My father worked for him before I ever came along.
This man was not just an employee, he was a craftsman, an artisan who took pride in his skills. But at the same time, he was not feeling the best regarding employee payments. And what did he just say here? Did he end up owing them?
Raising Cain about their paychecks. They had a guy who worked 60 hours. When they gave him his paycheck, he owed them $21.20.
That's ridiculous.
How does that happen?
The revelation came as a surprise to Dina, who had not been aware of the problems bubbling beneath the surface. As Wayne candidly addressed these issues, Dina listened intently, realizing the significance of hearing the perspectives of frontline workers like Wayne.
You expect you made $1,000 this week, you get your check and it's $500. The accountant would say, well, that's the way it's supposed to be, and nah.
I can't believe she actually acknowledged the fact that he should be taking care of his family and not worrying about the paycheck. That definitely shows character. He goes ahead and tells her that he's not the only one facing this issue. Other employees were facing this as well, and there was some shady business going on in the upper management.
But then I take into account everything that actually goes on with this company behind the scenes, and there's a lot of misery.
Any person that is in a managerial role will be upset hearing this. She calls her secretary right away and asks her what's up.
Hello, this is Mary. Hey, it's Dina calling. It seems like there's a compensation issue. The finance guy doesn't seem to have a lot of respect for his opinion.
Can't fix anything if we don't know about it. So
Exactly.
Now is the moment of truth. Will Dina address the concerns, or did she put up a good show? Oh wow, why is my first thought here about her short hair?
So I talked to Mary Thompson, who's actually the president of Mr. Rooter. I said, Mary, I'd like you to just check into this because Wayne's sharing a concern with me, and I'm going to continue to follow what's happening in this relationship. And so we'll take care of all of these compensation issues.
She did take it up to the hierarchy and fix the compensation issues. That is commendable. Only if employers understand how important it is to look at things from a ground level in order to run a business smoothly.
Alexander Valley Chardonnay. Really tough to all take in a really short period of time.
What can you tell me about it?
Well, I can read the back of it.
What are those horns? Man, this guy's taking disguise very seriously. So it looks like this is a wine company CEO who is keen on how their operations and the employees work. Fair enough. It's interesting to see these CEOs get into a buddy-up situation where they actually work with an employee to see what it's like. But guess what? He finds out his skills have gotten rusty over time.
It's half price today. I think that's right.
And so this entitled...
No, I don't know. I'll ask her. She's yeah, but it'll all be good. A little bit rusty in the sales aspect.
Talk about a wake-up call, man. Seeing his skills a bit rough around the edges makes him appreciate his hard-working crew even more. And he's stoked to have someone like Savannah who's got his back, sharing her expertise like a true team player. She's really good with her customer skills. Whoa, during their lunch break, the CEO discovers something that hits him hard. Turns out Savannah spills the beans about her employment situation. She's not a permanent employee, and that's why her paychecks have been painfully low. Talk about a gut punch. But that's not all. Savannah opens up about her personal struggles too. Man, life hasn't been kind to her. She lost her mom to a drug overdose, and on top of that, she's been through homelessness. It's like she's been dealt a really rough hand, and yet, here she is giving her all to her job.
See, my mom passed away from a drug overdose as well.
Yeah.
She passed away, I was not even 2. So my dad was a single father, and so, you know, he's had his girlfriend, and then it was at the point where no one got along, and then they pushed me away, and they told me to leave, and so I did. And
So were you homeless?
I was homeless, yeah.
She's doing the best she can, but I was also thinking about those 3 kids.
Hearing Savannah's story really shakes the CEO to the core. It's one thing to see the numbers on a spreadsheet, but it's a whole other ballgame when you meet the people behind those numbers. It hits him that he's got employees fighting battles he knows nothing about. Oh man, you won't believe the big reveal. The CEO sits down with Savannah, and he's got this huge grin on his face.
I ran sales for Kendall Jackson for 19 years.
Wow.
I gotta work on my skills.
You gotta work on your skills, yes, definitely.
So I know you've been working hard. You told me that you work 6 days a week as a part-time employee. You know, you got 3 kids.
Definitely.
He's so stoked to share some life-changing news with her. Hey Savannah, he says, you know what? You've blown us away with your dedication and hard work. So here's the deal. You're getting a full-time job, and with that comes a sweet $5,000 raise.
You are now a full-time employee. That's a $5,000 raise.
Oh my gosh.
We've actually suspended 401ks. You know, it's $1 million expense.
But hold up, that's not all. The CEO's got more up his sleeve. He announces that they're bringing back the 401k plan for all employees.
People like you that need benefits and have to think about their retirement. So as a company, we're actually going to restore the 401k in the next 30 days.
Oh my God.
How does that make you feel that that's because of you?
Yep, you heard that right. The company investing in their people's future and making sure they've got a solid plan for retirement. It's like a wave of positive change is sweeping through the company. You can feel the energy and excitement in the air. The CEO's happy, the employees are happy, and heck, even I'm happy just hearing about it. This big reveal is more than just numbers on paper. It's a catalyst for transformation. The CEO's not just running a company, he's building a family, a community of people who support and uplift each other. In the next segment of this eye-opening journey, the hotel owner sets out on a mission to uncover the truth behind the bad bit of his nose. He thought he was running a tight ship, but clearly there were cracks he wasn't aware of. At that moment, he realizes that it's not just about making money, it's about taking care of the people who make the magic happen day in and day out. These are the unsung heroes, the chefs, the staff, the heart and soul of the hotel. Time for the big reveal. I wonder what he has to offer to this passionate soul. Wayne's passion and determination leave David, the hotel owner, totally floored. It's like despite the limited resources, Wayne's been busting his butt and chasing his culinary dreams like a rock star. So there you have it, those jaw-dropping moments when employees get the boot from their bosses. We've seen some real doozies, haven't we? But now it's your turn to chime in. Who do you think compensated the best? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.